ISL Sports presentation. Game Night Live kicks off now. Sponsored by UCCU.
Welcome to Rice-Eccles Stadium, the home of the Utah Utes. But today, it's the home of the 6A state semifinals. And we've got game two about ready to kick off. They just had the coin toss. We've got the Corner Canyon Chargers taking on the Lehi Pioneers. Jeremiah Jensen, Stevenson Sylvester with you. As always, and Sly, this is a great matchup. Corner Canyon, I think even though they weren't the number one seed, a lot of people view them as a team to beat, including Lehi head coach Ed Larson, who told me that earlier. He told Coach K earlier this season, if you don't win this year, it's your fault, not ours. Joking around with him, Ed's the best.
Yes.
Gave him a little hard time there, but that doesn't mean Lehi's not going to come out here and try to admit it this year. They are the back-to-back defending 5A state champs, the Pioneers, now making the jump to 6A. This is where the big jump is showing, right? You're taking on the Corner Canyon Chargers here on the turf of Rice-Eccles Stadium.
Well, Lehi has shown great stuff in their first year in 6A, right? They go into the hardest region in 6A, and they handle themselves extremely well. They played great all year, and they are right for this position today, and I think they're ready. And they beat Corner Canyon last year, so I think Ed Larson was saying that through the locker room. You know, as this week coming to the semifinal this week it's possible. You guys got to go out there and fight. And if we know anything about Ed Larson, man, he makes it interesting. And so I'm extremely excited to see what this team is able to put together. Quarterback Jet New coming out here with last time we covered them, Jace John went off. And so they got weapons on that side of the ball. So this is not going to be as easy as people think. You know, we've seen Corner Canyon struggle, last year in the semifinals, making it close, getting all the way to state finals, losing to Sky Ridge. So this is not a guaranteed win for Corner Canyon by any means. But I'm excited. This is going to be a dogfight all the way to the end.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a battle. This is not lopsided in any way. Corner Canyon the favorite, but the Lehi Pioneers know how to win here on the turf of Rice-Eccles Stadium, although this is a new group. They lost a lot of seniors after last year's state championship run. Now let's dig into Corner Canyon. Starts and begins with Isaac Wilson, the quarterback. He's committed to play college football right here on this turf. There he is, number one, right in the middle of your screen. He's about to lead his team onto the turf of Rice-Eccles Stadium. And for him, he has experience. He was here last year. He's been here before. He knows what it's like to win in this stadium. He knows what it was like to lose. And the last time he was here, he left with a loss. You know he wants to come out here and have a much different result.
Yes. And he's a talented guy. Covering him this year, we played him against Farmington. He had surgery that week and still came out, threw like 5-6 touchdowns.
Crazy.
He is a talented guy. He can throw a beautiful football. And you can see why Utah wanted him as a recruit, and he'll be on this football field for his college days. And no better time to shine than your senior year at the semifinals and then into the state finals than right now. This is when you want to ride home with a title. He didn't get one last year, so he's going to want to get one this year, and it starts here against Lehi.
Let's bring in now Miss Utah, Mariluz Cook on the sideline. Mariluz, welcome.
Thank you so much, Jared. You know, I tell you what, I was having some conversations with some Lehi students, and I was talking about making the jump up from 5A to 6A, and they said, we've been wanting this for years. We've been ready for this. They told me that today they got here at 11 a.m., so they were here for that first game between Sky Ridge and American Fork. They said that it got them hyped up and that they are ready to see their team take on Sky Ridge in the championship game. So the Lehi student section is certainly pumped up, and they are certainly ready to go. So at some point, I will make my way over to the other side, talk to the students over there as well. But Lehi, I mean, they are ready to go over there. Back to you guys.
Both sides fired up and ready to go. The winner of this game will take on the Sky Ridge Falcons, who defeated the American Fork Cavemen in the first semifinal earlier today. They won that game 34-20.
They were here at 11 a.m.
That's early.
When your fans are doing scouting reports for you, that's how you know you got investment. That's what Ed Larson has down there. He's like, you fans, you guys do the scouting report for us. We don't know Michigan's sign-stealing situation over here. But we got fans invested.
How many of those fans have phones right now? Better check on that.
They are ready for the state finals already. I think this is going to be a dogfight, man. It's not going to be easy. I think it's going to be absolutely awesome. Somebody that knows how to put game plans together, knows how to scheme, is Ed Larson. And there's no better place to do it. And how they pulled off that win last year at Corner Canyon, there's nobody else than Ed Larson who could do it today. So this is going to be very, very interesting.
Gavin Fenn sends it through the end zone. It's a touchback, so Corner Canyon will have the ball first. They will start at their own 20-yard line. And as we mentioned, the offense led by Isaac Wilson, the University of Utah commit. The Chargers have built a football dynasty in this state, but they're hungry. They haven't won a state championship since Jackson Dart was the starting quarterback in the COVID year 2020. Big run to start things off. Loose down the sideline. How about that for a start? Brighton Brady, their leading rusher, right out of the gate with a huge run.
Look at this blocking by the receivers. Way to seal the edge, get Brighton Brady into the open field. He wasn't even touched. That blocking was superb. Great first play. I don't think they thought it was going to go for a yard. But that was awesome.
56-yard run for Brighton Brady. That out to Tate Care, their leading receiver. So what a start for Corner Canyon. Now Care's got them at the 15-yard line. It's going to be first down and 1. Sorry, second down and 1 from the 15. Wilson keeps going, and he's going to get right at the 10-yard line.
It's a good run. Second down and 1, quarterback keep. Jumping his way in there, got about a 4 or 5 yard gain, first down. I'm telling you, I love up-tempo offenses. 1, because there's a lot of action, you increase the play count. But 2, it just keeps defenses on the toes.
First and 10, Wilson to Take Care. Care following his blockers down inside the 5-yard line, down to the 2.
Yeah, Take Care is going to play a huge role in this game today. Can't wait to see exactly how that unfolds. He played such a big role in that Farmington game we called earlier that year. I thought he had a hat trick in that game. Big time receiver.
So now Corner Canyon goes jumbo as they try to break through. They got their goal line offense in. Some big bodies in the backfield. Zion Fee now is back there, number 73. Number 44, Andre Didier.
Hand it off to the fridge.
Wilson's going to do just that. Zion Fee now trying to break in. They go to the big offensive lineman and defensive lineman. Zion Fee now.
I saw him tapping his feet like he was going to get the ball, man, so I felt it.
And his helmet comes off, so Fee now's got to leave for a play. So now it's third down.
Great job by Lehi at stacking up the pile right there.
Third and goal from 1. Wilson hands it off into the end zone for the touchdown. Is Brighton Brady. He started it. Why not let him finish it?
Right.
And it took Corner Canyon less than 2.5 minutes to find the end zone. That was quick.
Well, started off with the big run, and then they followed up with another run. I mean, they are blocking extremely well. He's from the outside receiver position to the inside tackles. They are doing an amazing job of sealing and getting leverage on the defenders, creating cavities for the running backs to make it extremely easy. That was an easy touchdown right there. Undeniable. They went forward, didn't lose a yard on any play.
The extra point is good. Another look at Brady's touchdown. Easy.
Stand-up touchdown. That's nice.
What a drive for the Corner Canyon Chargers. That they made that look easy. So now Lehi's got to respond, and they have an explosive offense as well. We'll get to see Jet New at quarterback, Devon Eckett running back, Mays Madsen at receiver,
Jace John,
Jensen Somerville at tackle. They got a lot of skilled athletes.
Grayson Brousseau, the big 6'6", 225, 230-pound tight end. That's a big target right there. Well, that's how you start. You start with the football. You start scoring points.
Nice return. He's still going. Near the 40-yard line. I just mentioned him, Mays Madsen. The baseball player who decided to give football a try is doing better than that. He's doing more than try. He's become a star for this team.
Is it not a baseball name? Mays Madsen.
It is definitely a strong baseball name.
I like it. I like it. He was born for it. Like it. One thing can't hide that speed.
Jet New takes a snap. He's going to hand it off to number 27 on the carry. That's Kolose Latu. Madsen comes into the slot.
Yeah.
Second down at 6. Empty backfield, New over the middle. It's denied.
Great
nice defense
right there. Quintana.
Ryland Quintana, their linebacker, the senior, had a great year at the linebacker position. He shuts that down. That brings up 3rd and 6 from the 43. Madsen will bring in the play from the sideline. We've got Devon Eck on the field now.
Yeah, I was wondering, he's out for the first couple plays. I was worried. That's a guy you want to get the ball multiple times in the passing game and in the running game. Devon Eka has game-changing speed.
And now Jet New's got to call a timeout. So an early timeout here on 3rd and 6. This
got to get it right,
This
man.
is a big play for Lehi. If Corner Canyon is going to make this a track meet, the Pioneers have got to keep up.
Exactly.
They can't waste any possessions, and they can't have a 3 and out.
Cannot. That is not what you want right there. Facing Corner Canyon, it is not going to be an easy task for them all day. And if you can, you got to get it right. Take an extra second. It's timeout. It's the first half, so leave your timeouts wherever they may. But this is perfect if you can get this right and pick up this first down.
Got a media timeout. We'll take one as well. 8:47 left here, first quarter. Corner Canyon with an early 7-0 lead over Lehi.
Great line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs.
Simply complete an application on your phone or computer and select the low-rate option you prefer.
And then sit back and enjoy the peace of mind that comes from knowing you have a low-rate line of credit. Ready for whatever life throws at you.
To learn more or start your application, visit uccu.com or stop by any branch.
If you want to avoid your AC breaking down this summer, the best thing you can do is stay on top of your AC's annual maintenance. But if you do find yourself with an air conditioner blowing hot air, Any Hour Services technicians service all brands, and they can usually get to you pretty quick. Call Any Hour Services or schedule online at anyhour.com. Whether you need maintenance, repair, or replacement, the technicians at Any Hour Services can help you keep...
3rd and 6, Jet New in the pocket. Takes a shot down the middle. Way overthrown. And Lehi's going to have to punt.
Yes, it is. If you're going over the middle like that, it's got to be an open window and more of a dart. That post safety was just sitting right there waiting for that to happen. But now, quick 3 and out after a great kickoff return from Mays Madsen.
Drew Watcott is waiting for the punt. Takes it. He's going to try to return it, and he's met with a rude reception of Lehi special teams players. So Watcott with the catch, but he gets nothing.
Great job by that coverage team right there. You had a guy who went by, just made it uncomfortable for him, but he decided not to fair catch it. But everybody else was rallying to that football, and multiple guys took him down. It wasn't just one. That's great. It was a great punt, too. You want to pin them inside their 20. But now you got to stop it. I had a big run play to ignite that last drive. See how they do here.
Wilson's going to sling it. Taking a shot to the left. Catch is made past the 40-yard line.
That's great. That throw was thrown with anticipation.
Braden Air with the catch.
As soon as he was out of his break, that ball was there. Great throw by Isaac Wilson right there. Timing was on point, and they are moving.
Wilson's going to run now. He's to the marker, and he's got more. He's over past midfield. Easily gets the first down, and he's going to be marked out at the 42-yard line of Lehi. Wilson showing his athleticism and his speed. Something he's really added to his game this year. He's really improved his mobile ability, his ability to run out of the pocket, his ability to run, period. He's really worked on that part of his game. Wilson. Catch is made. Still in bounds. They finally get him down. The catch is made by Jerome Miles. Now, Jerome Miles, transfer from West Jordan,
big time receiver.
Was having a really nice start to the season. Broke his ankle against Bishop Gorman and got back here in the playoffs. And now he's a big target for Wilson. Wilson's going to keep, and he's taken down just past the 25-yard line on first down. This Chargers offense is in rhythm. They're locked in.
They rotate extremely well. Coach Carr he's somebody who knows exactly what he's doing. And fortunate for Corner Canyon, they're in control most of the games. And so this is all just orchestrated to perfection.
Wilson in the pocket, plenty of time. Now he's going to pull it down. He's got to scramble. The catch is made at the 5, fighting towards the goal line. Wow, Braden Air makes the catch. What a throw by Wilson.
So the thing is like he tried to go back to him right there. Oh, didn't happen because he was open, but felt the pressure, escaped. Air kept running with him, found his way open. That's continuity right there.
Bryton Brady looking for his second score. He's close, but he's a yard short.
Ball carrier number 7, Bryton Brady. Tackled by number 70, Isaac Swift.
Wilson to Brady into the end zone for the touchdown.
It's too easy.
The Chargers are doing whatever they want to on offense in this game. Bryton Brady with his 18th touchdown of the season. He's over 1,000 yards on the year. And the Chargers are up 13-0 with the extra point on the way.
Yeah, honestly, you said whatever they want. That feels like an understatement, which is crazy. That was just too easy.
Yeah. Lehi will have to make some adjustments.
Yeah, they're going to have to do something. I was expecting a dogfight out of this. They are literally just walking into the end zone.
No, it's no secret that Wilson can sling it. I mentioned his running ability, something he's worked on. He's now over 1,000 yards rushing on the season. Isaac Wilson has reached the 1,000-yard mark rushing for Corner Canyon after that drive. He has got 10 rushing touchdowns on the season to go with his 43 touchdown passes.
Jeez.
Wilson now over 3,900 yards passing this season. What a senior year for Isaac Wilson. And Sly, we saw him here last year. How much different does he look last year to this year, you've seen a dramatic maturity in him from one year to the next.
That is a great point, Jerry. I mean, if you really remember back to last year, he looked shook. He wasn't sure. I think the moment was really big. He was taking a lot on his shoulders, wouldn't let it come to him. But, man, this year it looks like practice for them. The way he's coming out here, orchestrating this, making the right decisions, pulling the ball down when he needs to pull the ball down, just throwing amazing balls, anticipatory throws, which I'm big on. If I'm watching quarterbacks, that's one thing that I watch. I'm like, when are you getting the ball out of your hands from what you're looking at with the receivers? And that's what I've seen time and time again on this first two series, is I've seen those receivers come out of their breaks and the ball is right there, which means I know what's going on. I understand where their defense is. I know where my route's going to go. Let me get the ball there for my team to be able to turn it up. Great job by this Corner Canyon offense. Just look dynamic, juggernaut. This is so hard to go against them.
The Lehi student section bringing the energy today. Now the team's got to do their part to match. It's an interesting spot for these Lehi Pioneers. We've mentioned the accolades, the back-to-back 5A state championships, but this is almost a completely new group of players experiencing Rice-Eccles Stadium on this stage.
Jerome Miles is your kicker.
How about that? Now you see why.
That's a nice kick.
That's a touchback. But this is a new group that's in a different experience being the leaders of this team. And a lot of these Lehi players are juniors. So a lot of them will be back next year. And you heard if you listen to the pregame show with KSL Sports Rewind guys, they talked about Lehi potentially being the favorite to win the 6A championship next year with what they have returning. Some say next year could be their year, but they want it to be this year, but they got to get going here with 6:15 left in the first quarter. They're already down 14-0. Jet New in trouble, gets hit, and just throws it away. Really close to being in trouble there. Corner Canyon brought the pressure. That was Braxton Young on the blitz, the linebacker. He's playing that outside linebacker position. He came right in on Jet New, and he never had a chance. Lucky to get it away and not lose yardage. So New avoids the sack, 2nd and 10. Our first run for Devon Eka.
Which I think if Lehi's going to have any chance, you have to get Eka involved in this football game. Running the ball, catching the ball. There's no reason for him to be off the field, which he's coming off the field there, unless he's injured. Devon Eka needs to get used early and often in this offense.
3rd and 7 from the 23. We're under 6 minutes. We're now 5:40 and counting here in the first quarter. New completes a pass, catches made.
Mama. Great work right there. That was great coverage. That's great coverage on the back end. They started with soft coverage and come up into press. Isaiah Mama does a great job getting off press coverage. Again, with that anticipated throw, the quarterback threw the ball before the receiver was even out of his break. The receiver turns around. The ball is right there. Great recognition by Mama right there. That is how you do it. Great job, great throw, great recognition of one-on-one, and knowing your guy can beat one-on-one.
Progress for the Lehi offense. First down. Taking a shot. Jet New over the middle. Too much on it. Missed again. He's had some deep attempts where the guys are open. He's just got a little bit too much on it. He'll settle in, but those are missed opportunities.
Justice Cooper's got to adjust his route right there. You beat your corner like that. Yeah, the quarterback's going to throw the ball. Go get the ball. He did not take a good angle at adjusting that. Yeah, he threw it a little further, but if Cooper adjusts his route more, he could run under that football.
2nd and 10. New's going to hand it off. They go back to Eka. Nice run. Past the 40.
You said it early and often. Get this guy the ball. Get him the ball. Simple as that. They got a rotation going right now at the running back position. But I really, really like this kid right now. Get him the football. Design run plays. I remember in that Davis game, first game of the year, Davis versus Lehi. Lehi looked, we were like, what the heck is going on in that first half? Second half, they just started with him, 70-yard run right out the gate.
New takes another shot. Over the top. Nope. No flags.
And that's hard because I'm like, is it the sun or was it the defense? He's looking right into the sun there. Oh, that's a little handsy right there. But the problem is, you know, you're only getting 3 referees here. You got 1 back judge, and you got 2 guys at the line of scrimmage. And you got an umpire right there on the defensive middle, and then the referee. So they're going to miss some things.
Moki Gabrielson in coverage. Nays Madsen snapping the ball. How about that? The punt is high. Walcott with a fair catch. Right at the 16-yard line, almost the same spot on the last punt. So here comes that Charger offense again. They are on fire. So the Pioneers are going to have to make some adjustments here defensively to slow them down. I'm not sure what those are.
Right.
Because not many teams in this state, in fact, no team in this state has beat Corner Canyon this year. Their only loss this season was to nationally ranked Bishop Gorman. And they had a lead in that game in the third quarter. Wilson bounces out of the pocket. Look at those wheels. We talked about it. He's showing them off again. Wilson past midfield down to the 43-yard line of Lehi.
Great elusive run right there for
That's a
Isaac
40-yard run.
Yeah, you can see how he has 1,000 rushing yards on the season. Great job by him. Escaping the pocket right here, making guys miss. Even there, normally guys get tripped up.
Ryan Brady up the middle. He's going to take it to the house. It's a hat trick, and we're still in the first quarter. Brighton Brady explodes into the end zone.
So I said it was going to be a dogfight, right?
We're still waiting for the fight.
I'm still waiting for the fight. Oh, man. This is abusive. That's 2 plays right there. Touchdown. Still waiting for the fight. Man, it just looks too easy.
Yeah.
Their blocking is superb on that offensive line. Trying to figure out what the motivation. Yeah, I think that's what we got to have Mary Lou's get. What was the motivation coming into this game? How is Corner Canyon so ready for this? Easy. Follow those blocks. Oh, God. Pancake. Give me some syrup. Give me some syrup. Oh.
Shout out to Paxton Nagel, number 58. You saw it right there. Watch number 58 here. Seal it
Boom.
off right there.
Yes.
And then see you later.
That's speed. That's speed right there. You're not catching that. That's speed right up the middle. Untouched. Good patience in the running game. Yeah, that's just hard to defend right there.
21-0. We have 3:35 left in the first quarter. This is what Corner Canyon does to teams. I just didn't expect them to do it to Lehi today. The Pioneers have got to dig deep and find a way to change the momentum in this game. Otherwise, this is going to be quick work for the Chargers. They just don't have answers defensively. New kicker. This is going to be returned. Madsen's got a chance. Bouncing to the outside. He's not able to get there. Nice return, though, up to the 28-yard line.
mean, where do you go? As I said, for me, Lehi, Devon Eka. You got a talented defense in Corner Canyon across the board.
Yeah.
D-line, linebackers, DBs. Devon Eka is a playmaker. He's a difference changer, and he just needs the ball in his hand. And for him not being in the game for a majority of these snaps is what's mind-boggling to me. There's got to be another underlying issue as to what's going on. But Devon Eka, he is that guy, man. And he needs the ball. And from the running back position, you can't just throw somebody in there and expect them to make it happen.
New connects with Isaiah Mama. Out of bounds. The personal foul penalty giving Lehi a boost here.
Yeah.
Second down, 4 yards to go to the line. At the 49-yard line.
Let's see what they got here. Second down, 5.
Second and 4 from the 49. It's a handoff. Eka's going to try to get to the sticks. He's short. Gets about 2 yards. Third and 2 from the 49. Lehi's going to call timeout. We'll take a timeout as well. 2:39 left first quarter. Third and 2 for Lehi from the 49 when we come back.
For over 25 years, Salt Lake Running Company has helped people of all ages and levels find the gear they need for their own fitness journey. From a free custom shoe fit analysis to a premium assortment of footwear and workout essentials, SLRC is a top 10 run shop in America. Locally owned, locally operated, with locations along the Wasatch Front. SLRC is there to help you gear up and get out. Visit a store near you or shop online at slrc.com.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters.
We're back, 3rd and 2. New is going to throw it on 3rd and 2. Looking deep, now he's going to scramble. He picks it up. New's got more room to run. He's outside to the 42, and we got a flag on the play.
Yeah, that might be a block in the back. Oh,
that'd be rough. Lehi's got 2 flags now.
Well, that might be offsetting. One was after the play, though, so. Either way, I think it might be a first down for Lehi. That's a first down. Yeah, that's got to be a first down. Move those sticks.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm like, you're going back 10, but you're going forward 15.
Yep. He corrected it.
Yeah.
And the Pioneers have the ball at the 41-yard line, first down.
Not the greatest at math.
Not my major either. But I do know what 21-0 means.
Yes, yes.
And that's not on Lehi's side right now. They're trying to get going here. Jet New.
Quick math.
Trouble.
Math. Good escape.
Escapes the rush. Great job by New. Escapes the sack. Finds a hole and gets some positive yardage on first down. That could have been disastrous
yes,
for
it
Lehigh.
could have. They were looking at the wheel route, but they had multiple guys over there. And then the rush just came. But great job by New. Escaping that pocket, picking up positive yards, making it second down and 6.
Andre Didier put the pressure on, but he was able to avoid it. Second down and 6 now from the 37-yard line. Lehigh has some momentum now. They really need this. They could use a touchdown in the worst way. Try to build momentum going into the second quarter.
Nice.
Nice run by number 21. Sorry, number 27. That's Kolosi Latu. Latu with the carry. Giving Devon Eck a spell. They're mixing it up with those backs.
Fabrizio.
So Boston Fabrizio now in at running back. First and 10 from the 30. Oh, that's Latu again. Fabrizio's in the game, but not as a running back. So they go back to Latu. Corner Canyon's defense stands him up with the 2-yard gain. It's going to be second and 8 from the 28. The clock's ticking. We're almost at the end of the first quarter.
He's got trips out to the left.
New looks left. Avoids the sack again. New is doing a terrific job under pressure in the pocket. They still have not sacked him. They've come close. They've put a lot of pressure on him. So a positive gain, but not much. 3rd and 5. They'll take that considering the circumstances. New has been under fire. That is the end of the first quarter, and Corner Canyon has dominated this game so far. 21-0. The Corner Canyon Chargers lead the Lehi Pioneers in this 6A semifinal game. Let's go down to Mary Louise Cook on the sideline.
Thanks, Jeremiah. Yeah, I'm learning that Lehi's Grayson Brousseau has a bit of an exciting day ahead of him. So last night there was a 3-way bidding war for his 2005 4Runner. And after today's game, his dad is going to get him a new truck as an early graduation present. Apparently, it's a bit of a tradition in the family. His brother, Jackson Brousseau, who's now at Colorado State, got the same graduation present last year. So his dad told me that with him committed to Utah State, he doesn't want him driving to Logan in that old 2005 car. So he's getting a new truck today. So that's very exciting for Grayson. Something to look forward to. Back to you guys.
It's Mary Louise. Congratulations to Grayson. Has he got any more vehicles he can give away?
Yeah, you get a car, and you'll get a car.
I could use one.
All these trucks given away, and I got nothing.
Well, the cool story there, and congratulations to Grayson on committing to Utah State.
Yeah, because that's not an easy drive.
Are getting a good one.
That is Cache Valley. We've been up there a few times.
No, you need to have some good wheels going through Starting Canyon in the wintertime. This is interesting, though, as Grayson's going to Logan to play for Utah State. His brother's a quarterback at Colorado State. That's interesting.
I just wish one of them was on defense. And they can just go against each other like that.
That would be something, sacking your brother in a college football game.
That would be awesome, which can happen. You know, people change positions all the time.
Yes, it could happen.
Grayson played DN last year a little bit.
You see Grayson there, number 33. Still looking for his first catch of the game. 6'6", 225-pound tight end.
Big boy.
Yeah, Coach Anderson's going to love having him up there in Logan.
Oh, yeah, no question.
A lot of
Kay Hillstead will like that target.
Yes, McKay Hillstead could use some big targets next season. A lot of talent on the field in this game. My goodness,
yes.
Just so many players that are going to be playing at the next level. We've talked about Isaac Wilson already. Tate Kerr is going to join Brousseau at Utah State. So you just keep going down the line, and Cash Dillon, I believe, is committed to Utah.
Yep.
So you've got some really good, talented players. Ike Garcia, the offensive tackle for Corner Canyon, is the highest rated player in the state. He's committed to Utah. The University of Utah did a great job keeping a lot of guys home. The top recruits in the state are going to Utah. Great job by that Utah staff.
Well, it's been hard. You've gotten so much talent in this state. A lot of guys have left, and it's actually really hard to keep some of these kids in state. To get Isaac Wilson going there, Garcia going there, Cash Dillon going there. Utah State is able to grab those two guys. I mean,
Utah still in pursuit of Falatau Satualo, who was the star in Bountiful's win yesterday. That's one of those top 5 guys that they're waiting on.
It's going to be a great recruiting class.
It really is.
Every single year it just seems like, oh, this is great. Oh, this is greater.
Yeah. We're already raving about the 2026 class.
Yeah. Well, Isaac was connecting with some of the guys who's already committed there. You know, they got David Washington, big-time receiver out of Las Vegas.
Gavin Fenn from 42 yards. We got a problem. Ball's on the ground. Fire. Oh, boy.
Trouble.
He's still alive. He's got room.
Nope, don't throw it.
He's got to run hard. He doesn't get there. He doesn't get there. Wow, that was wild. For some reason, they couldn't get the ball down on the field goal attempt.
He could have almost. I wonder if he could have thrown it, but I don't think he could have.
It's Tyson Greenwood. There was room there, and he did a good job. He just couldn't quite get to the sticks. You see, he was just short. That was something. More dramatic than we expected.
Right.
But ultimately ends up Lehi not getting any points, and Corner Canyon's offense is back on the field. Another look at Isaac Wilson. He's going to throw this time. Oh, he's going to hold it in. He's going to avoid the sack and just throws it into the ground. Great job by the Lehi defense.
Yeah, great pressure because there was a lot of people open on that.
Paul Latu, one of the players in there, number 54.
I like Paul Latu.
Yeah, he's a good player.
Oh, my gosh, I like Paul Latu.
Speaking of the talent.
He's a tough middle linebacker who gets it done, not afraid to hit, applies pressure, covers in the back end.
He's a junior. He'll be back next year. Wilson's going to throw the receiver screen. Take care. Avoiding the rush. Avoiding tackles. This young man, that's what he does. He's got speed. He's elusive.
He is, Take Care, so talented, man. He's the guy that can be your game breaker, put him anywhere in your offense, slot, outside, line him up in the backfield, have him run all kinds of crazy routes, screen him. Take Care is that guy that you want on your offense to give you so much versatility.
Brighton Brady on the carry. He's met at the 44-yard line. That's as far as he'll get. 4 yards on first down. Lehi getting more pressure on this drive so far. But Corner Canyon still moving the ball at will. Second and 6 for Wilson. He's going to throw it, taking a shot deep.
Oh!
Miles has it. Did he get a foot in? No.
It was bobbling.
He did not. He was bobbling it before he could get the foot down.
Oh, that was beautiful. That was a great throw, but if he caught it cleanly, that's a catch.
Yep.
But he bobbled it for a little bit. Great throw. Look at this. Oh. And this is what we saw at the Farmington game. If he didn't bobble it, that was going to be a great catch. This is what we saw in the Farmington game. Just pinpoint passes, effortless passes out of the pocket. Isaac Wilson does an amazing job of giving his receivers an opportunity to make big plays, and that's all you can ask for out of your quarterback.
Big down for Lehi. 3rd and 6. Wilson, first down and more.
This was part of that 1,000 yards rushing this year.
Wow, this is the new wrinkle with him, and we got flags. They must have hit him late.
But I see there's 2 flags, but I don't think they're for the same thing. Let's see, are they both on Lehi, or one's on Lehi and one's on Corner Canyon?
Isaac Wilson has become a dual-threat quarterback this season. Not to say he wasn't last year, but 1,000-yard season.
We're more worried about it this year.
He has really, really improved that part of his game. And the other thing that he's really improved is, well, there's a lot of things he's improved, but his interceptions are way down. His accuracy is much higher. He's just a more efficient quarterback, and he's not turning the ball over as much as he did as a junior.
Right, like we're saying, 43 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. That right there is a great, or 9 interceptions. That's a great ratio that you want to have. See what this call is.
After the play, dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 1.
Yeah.
So you had the late hit followed by a retort, probably verbally, from Mr. Wilson.
But I don't know what he said. He had his hands up like he was trying to vie for to make sure that they threw the flag, and then the flag came in. What? I don't know.
The officials must have heard something they didn't like.
Right.
So, no big deal. He gets the gain. So it's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. So the result of the play stands, but the penalty yardage is wiped out by the unsportsmanlike conduct. Wilson. Lehi wraps him up. Law 2 on the tackle. Down to the 33-yard line. Brady this time. Stopped at the 29. So it's going to be 3rd down and 2. Chargers taking what that Lehi defense is giving them right now. There they go again. Brady, 1st down. That Corner Canyon offensive line is doing a great job getting push in the run game. And I think that a lot of you that have tuned in to watch expected Wilson to throw the ball all over the place today, and what you're seeing is the Corner Canyon Chargers just gashing Lehi in the run game. They haven't needed to throw.
Yeah, well, why run when you got all this?
And Wilson's part of that run game.
Yeah, they're going to see it here. You got 1-on-1 up top, Isaiah Allen versus Jerome Miles.
They're going to take a shot now. Wilson, nobody's going to throw the screen.
Nice.
Brighton Brady again. Are you kidding me? Touchdown, Corner Canyon. That's 4 touchdowns for Brighton Brady.
And there's still 9 minutes to go in the second quarter. 4 touchdowns, 9 minutes to go in the second quarter.
I mean, what do you say? I just... It's his day.
May the odds forever be in your favor, Brighton Brady.
They need to save some of that for next week if they're going to win this game, and they're well on their way.
I mean, we're on our way to a running clock right here.
We're 1 touchdown away in the second to be in the second half, yes. Extra point is good. It's 28-0. Corner Canyon leads Lehi in this 6A semifinal. Another look at the Brighton Brady touchdown. It's easy, just a screen. Look at that army.
I want that.
Gosh.
Yeah. Can I get that caravan?
Look at these offensive linemen setting the block.
I tell you what,
it's not fair.
I need that caravan as I'm going down the freeway. I need some of these people to get out of my way.
He wasn't even touched.
It was not even touched. That was beautiful. Look at this. Can I get that? I need that lead car right there, number 64. I need that lead car.
That's not. Those numbers aren't in Lehi's favor there. Let me just say that. That great scheme, great, well-executed play.
Well executed. That was a check with me. They're like, okay, they're bringing the blitz. They're not going to have enough on that side. Let's make it happen. Great, great job.
28-0. Corner Canyon leads Lehigh in the 6A state semifinal. We'll be right back after this. That's the strangest commercial I've ever seen in my life. What are we selling there?
Great commercial. We're selling ambiance.
We're back. 28-0. Corner Canyon leads Lehigh. It is beautiful. It's if you're going to spend time seeing something in between possessions here, let's stare at those mountains.
Needed a little Wheel of Fortune music there.
There you go.
Or Jeopardy music. But yes, beautiful day up here on the hill. It's November, fall football. Absolutely awesome. Turkey Day, my favorite holiday, is coming up soon.
It is almost here.
Coming up soon. Get my wife in the kitchen making some turkey, some nice sweet potato pie.
That sounds good right now.
Oh, yeah.
Preston Rasmussen with the touchback.
What's your favorite holiday, Jerry?
My favorite holiday. The fact that I work all of them.
Yes. I was like, I don't know if you ever get to enjoy them.
It's a sore subject. But Thanksgiving is the one I get off every year. Schedule allows me to do that. So I'm going to say Thanksgiving. And you can tell by looking at me, I do enjoy a nice home-cooked meal. Probably too many.
Don't we all?
Too many potatoes, too many stuffing. Although I'm a big fan of not turkey on Thanksgiving. I actually like to do the non-traditional meats. I'd rather have brisket on a Thanksgiving.
Ooh.
Or a honey ham, or, I'm not a big turkey guy.
I've recently got into prime rib.
Oh, well, yeah.
On Thanksgiving. I
for
wasn't
you.
there for
Good
before,
for you.
but I'm like, a good prime rib on Thanksgiving sounds great.
Amen to that. So we have a timeout, 8:55 left here in the first quarter. Lehigh brought the band. They brought the fans. But they haven't been able to bring the offense in this one. It's all Corner Canyon, 28-0. Lehigh has the ball. They'll start this drive at their own 20, 1st and 10. After the timeout. Lehigh's used all of their timeouts this half. A lot of teaching moments down there for Ed Larson in this group.
Yeah, I mean, you got a lot of young guys on this roster.
Yes.
A lot of young, important pieces to this offense on this roster.
Start going through it. Mays Madsen, junior. Gavin Fenn, they're very, very talented kickers. A junior. Jet News, a junior. Isaiah Mama, junior. Devon Eka, sophomore. That catch is made. Biggest play of the game so far for the Pioneers.
Caleb Moore, the tight end. Great catch right there. Great distraction with the motion. Get Devon Eka to run out of that backfield, stretching that defense out. That seam route will come open. It just depends on when you hit that seam route. Great job right there. The safety came out of the middle of the field. Great decision right there by Jet New at finding Caleb Moore.
Caleb Moore, the senior, his 31st catch of the season. 1st and 10 from the 44. Eka with a carry. Tries to bounce outside. and he can't do it. He's brought down. A lot of strength there. That's Jackson Bueller with his tackle.
Great job to grab him, because normally Devon Eka bounces out of that and makes huge, huge plays. But great grasp right there by the defense. Make sure he didn't pop out of that.
Caden Bonham, the nose tackle, initiated the contact. Here we go, Jet New taking a shot over the left, or the right, sorry. Catch is made.
Mama.
Isaiah Mama is loose. Mama's going to get into the end zone. What an effort by Isaiah Mama to score Lehi's first touchdown. And their big student section now has something to cheer about.
Well, that was one heck of a play. That was one heck of a play. One, I felt like the corner had a beat on it. He missed. Isaiah Mama catches it, and then just makes a heck of an effort to get into the end zone. Isaiah Mama with the incredible play, but Jet New, man, way to keep fighting, way to throw that ball and give your receiver a chance. It's all you ask for, is give your receiver a chance.
Oh, Gavin Fenn hit the upright. The extra point is no good. 28-6. There's Mama. He got the touchdown. He loves this stadium. He had a great postseason last year up here in the semifinals and finals.
One miss, two miss. Great job right there. Great job right there. Yeah, that's all effort.
Yep.
All effort right there. Great job, and that's what it's going to take, man. Honestly, this Corner Canyon offense is seemingly unstoppable. So you can't trade touchdown for touchdown. The defense is going to have to come up with something if you want to get back into this game. But, man, that was a great effort by Isaiah Mama. This is what they're going to need. They're going to need plays like that from players like Mama, Eka, Jace John. Jet New's going to have to come up with some. Grayson Brousseau's going to have to come up with some plays in this game. They're going to need outstanding effort like that from multiple guys to get this and make this thing more interesting. There's still 7 minutes and 32 seconds left in the second quarter. Plenty of time for you to make some noise, but you got to do it now.
They have the talent and the guys to do it.
Yes.
Lehi has been a little bit of a slow starter this year. We opened our Game Night Live season. There's Jet New right there. We opened the season with Lehi at Davis, and Lehi was trailing 7-6 at halftime. Their only score in that game in the first half was a scoop and score, and they came back to win that game by 2 touchdowns. And of course, they handled Davis easily last week in the quarterfinals to get here. They have been a little slow starting this year at times. So let's see if they can find something offensively and try to make this at least interesting. They got a long way to go, down 22 with 7:32 left here in the second quarter. Gavin Fenn will kick off. And there's no chance of bringing that out. Touchback, so Corner Canyon will start at the 20.
Yeah, their rushing attack's so crazy. We got to shout out that offensive line for Corner Canyon.
Yeah, let's do that. I'm gonna run down the names here. Ike Garcia, Caden Williams, Naimana Filivao at center, Zion Finau, right guard and right tackle, Paxton Nagel. They are having themselves a day.
Play a game. Yeah, their offensive line's been stellar. I mean, running, screening, pass protecting. Isaac Wilson's gotten to the running game just so much. With this offensive line, you can't say enough about them. They've had a really, really good day.
Wilson, plenty of time, taking a shot deep. Couldn't connect.
Great defense by Isaiah Allen right there.
Boston Snow, the intended receiver.
This great throw. Gave his receiver an opportunity, though. A great defense right there, draped on him.
Second and 15. Wilson gonna keep. He's still going. Nice run by Wilson. Gets all the way up to the 27-yard line. So from second and 15 to third and 3, gains 12 on the carry. So big opportunity here for the Lehigh defense to get Corner Canyon off the field on a third down, but Corner Canyon is perfect on third down conversions so far.
Nice,
it's a screen. Brighton Brady, first down and
that
more.
Speed, you're
Brady's gone.
That. You're not catching
Brighton
that.
Brady.
Oh, my gosh.
73 yards. Touchdown number 5.
Not even breathing hard. I breathe hard going up the stairs. Just ran 73 yards like it was nothing.
5 touchdowns in a semifinal. Brighton Brady. Wow.
Man.
I can't believe how they made that look so easy.
Right. I mean,
they just threw a screen pass on third and 3, and he took it 73 yards. And there was nobody out there. Untouched. Another look at this. Again, the offensive line, giving them credit, but then
untouched.
There's just nobody there.
Yeah, man. That is crazy.
Well executed. Wilson sold it to the right, went back to the left. Everybody went right, and at that point, good luck. That was really well executed. You saw Wilson sell it right and go back hard left. And
really, because Wilson had all of the defense in his face. Because if he was able to get that off, get that to Brighton Brady, there was absolutely nobody to get him.
Yeah.
Great sell. Great scheme. This play calling at the right time. Brighton Brady's going off today. 5 touchdowns.
Well, many in the state will say at the high school level, Eric Kerr is the GOAT. And
how can you deny that?
The Corner Canyon head coach drew that one up. And what a play call, what a design. But it was even more than that, the execution by Wilson and the offensive line and Brady selling it right and then going left. There's Eric Kerr right there in the middle of your screen, who's always coaching.
It's another day at the office.
Always coaching.
I love it. Don't get comfortable.
They're up 35-6, and he's getting after kids. You love it.
Oof. This is rough. It's extremely difficult. Extremely difficult. Yeah, this Corner Canyon team, they look amazing. We know they switched regions this year, so they didn't have to go to the turbulent, Region 6?
The old Region 4 was just an absolute gauntlet when Corner Canyon was paired up with Sky Ridge and Pleasant Grove and American Fork and Lone Peak and Westlake. That was just a brutal region. Ed Larson calls it the SEC of Utah high school football, and Corner Canyon was replaced in that region this year by Lehi. Lehi is from it's now Region 3. There's only 3 regions now in 6A football. So Lehi joined the new Region 3 with those old Region 4 teams. And Corner Canyon is now in Region 2. with Bingham and Mountain Ridge and Harriman and Riverton and Copper Hills. And yes, no offense to the other teams in Region 2, it is a different level of week in, week out competition. So some wondered, how would Corner Canyon do once they got up here in the playoffs and in the semifinal against another Region 3 team? And what we're seeing right now, that they're just fine.
They look rested. They look rested coming in here. They are, it's just so easy for them. They're thinking clearly. This team has literally been here every single year.
Yeah.
And so this is familiar territory from the new coming freshmen. All of these guys, they've been here at Rice-Eccles Stadium. Lehi too the last few years. But like, they really treat this as home field.
They're hungry too. They tasted the bitterness of defeat last year. Catch is made. Caleb Moore. Lehi's going to keep going. Caleb Moore with the catch, and they're into Corner Canyon territory.
Jet New does a great job escaping here. Comes up with a little limp after this, but finding somebody wide open.
New's done a pretty good job in this game. He's avoided the rush many times. This Corner Canyon defense is aggressive, and they'll come after him, and he's been able to. He's been pressured a lot. He just hasn't been sacked. But he's withstanding that pressure, and right now, New's getting better with every snap here. Devon Eka, not much there, maybe a yard on first down. That's one thing for Lehi. They have not been able to get anything in the run game, which has made things difficult offensively. But New has been really impressive, considering the circumstances. And when you consider the youth of this team, New being one of them, New's a junior. He did get a chance to throw some passes on this turf last year in the semifinals when they defeated Stansbury in the 5A semifinals. But this is different. He's going up against the Corner Canyon Chargers in the 6A semifinal. And he's holding his own. Eka got room to run. Nice move. Eka showing off what he can do all the way down to the 21.
Just get that man the ball.
Yep.
Get
him in space. You got to get him in space. The in between the tackles thing's not working.
No, I think that's working too. You just can't just have one and done. But like, I would put the ball in his hands on sweeps. You know, get him out there on that toss sweep. You know, I really like the old Stansbury lead sweep where you kind of motion him out, get him started, hike it. That's where Devon Eka is going to kill it. But that guy in space is so dangerous. You got to get him the ball.
First down and 10 from the 21. Catch is made by Grayson Brousseau.
Out time.
That's a first down. Down to the 11. That'll move the chains. 3:31 left here in the half. So our first catch for Grayson Brousseau, the Utah State commit.
Mays Madsen and Grayson Brousseau out wide. See how they plan of attack here.
New over the middle. Catch is made. Touchdown, Lehi. Guess who? Grayson Brousseau.
Kay Hillstead better be watching this game right now.
That was pretty.
I got Tate, Kieran, Grayson Brousseau coming.
Hey, I'm telling you, I mean, I don't know what the result's going to be for Lehi today, but you're seeing the talent. And
yes.
Brousseau's going to move on and graduate, but Jet New has looked really good in this game. That's a nice throw for 6 in the back of the end zone. Brousseau with the score. Lehi's not going to, they're not going to quit. They're going to keep chopping wood. 2:58 left to play in the half, and
that's all you can do.
Lehi cuts it, the lead down to 22. Here's another look right over the middle.
Jet New, man. This has got to be great experience for Jet New.
Yeah.
Right? Like, one, he's had a great year. But this right here against Corner Canyon in the playoffs, we go down 28-0, fighting back here. Tough, running, escaping the pocket, escaping the pressure. sitting in the pocket, looking at the pressure, finding guys, making points. This will let you know that I can handle any adversity. And it's better if I start earlier, right? Let's make these drives, these plays happen earlier. There's no reason for me to be that slow at starting out the gate against these good teams. This is what you don't want to do. You don't want to get put behind. It's kind of like Utah versus Oregon, right? Oregon started with the football in that game. Utah got behind early and just couldn't recover. But Lehi's doing a great job of fighting. They got to have some defensive stops somewhere, but this Corner Canyon offense is looking like they ain't about to let up.
No, and the Chargers have 3 minutes to go to try to tack some more points on the board. (35-13) Corner Canyon leads. We're seeing a lot of offense in this game, and now Lehi's offense is starting to roll. I mean, we've got 48 points on the board, and we're not done here in the first half, Sly. Jeez.
That is a lot of points.
And Brighton Brady's going to break a record or something. He's on touchdown 5 already. He has all 5 Corner Canyon touchdowns. Chargers are going to take a timeout. Let's take a quick break. 2:58 left to play here in the first half. We'll be right back.
U Conference football registration is open for the 2023 fall tackle football season. This year, we are proud to announce the addition of a girls-only division to play alongside our boys. Team scheduling lines you up against comparable competition, making every snap a valuable life lesson. UC football is safe and fun. Learn the game with confidence. The competition will be fierce and the camaraderie will be second to none. Sign up today at ucfootball.org. That's ucfootball.org.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs.
Simply complete an application on your phone or computer and select the low-rate option you prefer.
And then sit back and enjoy the peace of mind that comes from knowing you have a low-rate line of credit. Ready for whatever life throws at you.
To learn more or start your application, visit uccu.com or stop by any branch.
We're back, 2:58 left in the half. Wilson's going to throw. Isaac Wilson steps up in the pocket, takes a shot, got his man! Jerome Miles, 80 yards. One play, touchdown. The ankle is healthy. Jerome Miles is a star wide receiver, and he's got himself 6 in the semifinal. Wow. I told you, how much time do we have left? 2:46. How many points are we going to get in this half?
Yo, that is nasty.
That was a laser.
Oh, my God.
Isaac Wilson.
I'm in dismay. I just don't even know what to say.
If you're a Utah fan watching right now, yes, he's coming here, and yes, he would love to do that for the University of Utah on this field next season if they'll have him.
Man,
I don't know.
Jerome Miles, look at this.
Look at this throw.
Oh, does a great job looking off the safety. Puts it on the money. Jerome Miles with that route, though. Love that as well. He's just a smooth runner. Look at this. Looks off the safety. Pinpoint post route. Isaiah Allen is a great cornerback as well. He's not easy to get that across, but you got 6'2", 200-pound receiver right there running that way. Look at this. Nice. Great.
Okay, Sly.
Oh,
look, it's a big jump from high school to big-time football. But Utah's got to be so thrilled about this. I mean, this young man can sling it. And the dual threat that he's showing off on this field today, he looks really comfortable on this turf.
But that's the thing is, like, I understand the jump from level to level, college to professional, but you look at things and you assess what are the simple things that can translate to the next level, right? Those are those long, deep out passes. We were seeing from Helaman Kasuga, where I'm just like, he makes things look really easy. The easy look really easy. But same thing with Isaac Wilson here. One, his pre-snap ability, he just gets it. He's just a guy that understands what is going on, where the defense is, because Ed Larson's defense, they're no slouch. But he is making this like chop suey up in here. This is easy. The way he's looking off the safety and the way he can come back and easily hit that route. This is not on air. You're not throwing this on air. This isn't walkthroughs. Like in a pregame warm-up, he's doing this in the game against quality opponents week after week. Those things translate. And so that's why you know that he's going to be an outstanding recruit. His stats this year, over 1,000 yards rushing, 45, 46, 47 touchdowns this year, whatever it's going to be. Just an absolute talent, and I'm proud that he's going to be a Ute.
He's going to be over 50 by the time they're done here at his senior season.
What, today?
Look, we're not even at halftime. I'm not going to, out of respect for the competition, respect for Lehigh, I'm not going to talk about next week yet. But if this result were to hold, he'll have another chance to play and add to his stats this season, which have been really impressive. I wanted to get your perspective on him and what you're seeing right now, and can that translate? Because I think Utah's looking for exactly what he brings as a quarterback, and I think they'd love to have him provide that sooner than later.
Well, yeah, I mean, Utah loves intelligent quarterbacks, people who can run, and that's why I said the thing that jumps out to me. Oh, he threw that flag high. The thing that stands out to me.
Number 8 offense, 5-yard penalty, first down.
Is the intelligence, right? And that's the pre-snap ability. Do you understand what's going on, right? What you're looking at, what you're seeing, do you understand it? And he does. That's something that you can't miss. As you said, the only loss this year was to Bishop Gorman, nationally ranked Bishop Gorman. And they played extremely well in that game as well. But those things translate. His pre-snap reading ability, his ability to lead and get players around him to like him. In this Utah offense with Andy Ludwig, the multiple shifts, the understanding of the defense, the ability to audible at the line of scrimmage, know what you're seeing. You want guys who can have that ability and confidence in themselves. And Isaac Wilson has all of those traits, and he's going to make a great Utah quarterback.
New on the screen, incomplete. It'll be third down. Yeah, if you're a Utah fan watching this, you just got to be giddy with excitement based on what you've seen in this game on this stage against a really good Lehigh team. To know that Isaac's going to do that in a Utah uniform here soon. We don't know what the Utah quarterback situation is going to be exactly next season, but if called upon, when called upon, and when ready, it's going to be very fascinating to watch Isaac Wilson make that transition to college. New gets rid of it. Catch is made by Brousseau. He's got room to run. Brousseau to the 40. Tackled at the 42-yard line. First down for the Pioneers. That moves the chains. We have plenty of time for more points, so feel free, Lehigh, to add to the scoreboard that we already have right now that is 42-13.
Brighton Brady comes up a little hobbled on that play there, so he's going to get looked at on the sidelines. Guy with 5 touchdowns on the day, playing defense as well.
New takes a shot over the middle. What a catch! Brousseau! He's still going. That was big time. Down to the 22.
My guy's ready for that truck.
The future Utah State Aggie must have heard the news about the new truck because he's pretty excited.
Look at this.
He's having himself a half. Oh, one-handed.
Go up and get it. That's basketball right there. That's beautiful.
Big gain for Brousseau. Pioneers on the 22-yard line of Corner Canyon. 1:30 left here in the half. New. They handle the pressure. He's going to step up in the pocket. Now they throw a flag.
Nice.
New throws it to the end zone for a touchdown. But will it stand? Probably not. Corner Canyon brought pressure and someone got caught.
Holding, number 24 offense, 10-yard penalty, replay, first down.
Devon Eka gets caught in the hole. So instead of a touchdown, the Pioneers are backed up 10 yards to the 32. 1st and 20. It's a shame because that was a great pass by Newen. Receiver was wide open. That was Tyson Greenwood. Lehi didn't like the call at all. Cost him a touchdown. So back to the drawing board for the Pioneers on 1st and 20 from the 32. New's got a nice pocket. Now he's got pressure. Now he's in trouble. He did get back. No, he did not. That's a sack.
Big sack, Lehi.
That's a sack and a 5-yard loss. A group effort by the Chargers brings him down. He just ran out of time here. So 3 Chargers will share that sack. And one of them's injured. So we got a player down. We'll take a quick break while they attend to that player. 1 minute left here in the first half. 42-13. Corner Canyon in control.
For over 25 years, Salt Lake Running Company has helped people of all ages and levels find the gear they need for their own fitness journey. From a free custom shoe fit analysis to a premium assortment of footwear and workout essentials, SLRC is a top 10 run shop in America. Locally owned, locally operated, with locations along the Wasatch Front. SLRC is there to help you gear up and get out. Visit a store near you or shop online at slrc.com.
At UCCU, we understand that life is full of surprises.
Wonderful surprises.
Expensive surprises.
There it is.
In fact, we've seen it a lot.
Our daughter just got into Harvard.
I got into Harvard.
We have to pay for Harvard.
I mean, we don't even have a history of twins in our family.
Much less triplets.
Woo!
Yeah, I figured I could remove the satellite dish myself.
So now we figure we'll hire a professional to fix the roof.
Welcome back to Rice-Eccles Stadium. They're attending to an injured player. Looks like be number 9. The roster's true. I think that's Ethan Gardner. Losi Latu with the carry there for Lehi. So on 2nd and 25. So a drive that showed a lot of promise has gone backwards for the Pioneers. They're going to let the clock run. 3rd and 23. Can't connect there. So it's going to be 4th down and 23 with 24 seconds left in the half. They're going to send in the punt team. Or maybe they'll try to kick a field goal here. Gavin Fenn does both. No, they're going to kick it. They're going to try a 52-yard field goal. Gavin Fenn's a talented kicker. He has the leg. They'll try to get points. before the half. Fenn from 52. Plenty of leg. It's good right down the middle. Nice shot by Gavin Fenn. That gives the Lehi fans something to cheer about. They do get points on this drive. They'll take it. And now the score is Corner Canyon 42, Lehi 16. The bad news for Lehi, though, is Corner Canyon gets 17 seconds. And they didn't even need 17 seconds on their last drive.
Right. They are extremely dynamic. They can make things happen out of nothing.
You just have to appreciate how well they've played today. They are really locked in. We all know what happened last year. They were in a battle in the semifinal with Syracuse, and they were in trouble in that game. When they were able to fight back, they got a big kickoff return in the third quarter that kind of flipped the momentum their way. Isaac Wilson struggled in that game through some interceptions, but they found a way there. But then they came up short in the championship game against Skyridge. And I think that their performance here at the semifinals and finals last year wasn't up to their standard, which is championship or bust. That's Corner Canyon.
Right.
And they're on a mission this year to complete the task and take home a state championship. It would be their first since 2020 if they could do it. And you're seeing that laser focus today, Sly. I think that we've just seen them play such great football, such a high level of football today. You can tell that there's a focus and a drive and a motivation with this group that maybe we didn't see last year. Brighton Brady on the carry. There's a flag. Chargers were just going to be content with burning clock.
What could this be?
Illegal substitution, number 7, Lehi, 5-yard penalty, replay, first down.
Illegal substitution on the defense. Illegal substitution on the defense. What is a legal substitution? Yeah, I think they're just going to take a run play here.
One second left on the clock. This half will not die.
It won't.
Dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct, assistant coach on Lehi, 15-yard penalty, first down.
They don't want this half to end. It's crazy. Now timeout, Corner Canyon.
Okay.
It's been an awkward end to this half.
Yes, it has. And this has been a long half. We're going on an hour and a half. A lot of scoring, obviously. 58 points scored in this half combined. Most of it Corner Canyon. Brighton Brady, 5 touchdowns combined, receiving and rushing. Jerome Miles has an 80-yard touchdown catch. Isaac Wilson has been locked in and dynamic through the air and especially on the ground. He is now over 1,000 yards rushing on the season. And this Corner Canyon team is a well-oiled machine. And it has reached peak performance here in the semifinals with a 42-16 lead as we're 1 second away from halftime. And I don't know if Corner Canyon's going to let one fly deep here or not.
Come on now. I think they'll just run the ball, take it into halftime.
They called timeout to discuss this, which makes me wonder. Like you, I'd be like content to just take it. And, yeah, they're just going to run a receiver screen here, which is Jerome Miles bouncing off defenders. It worked out pretty well. He's going to like to add all that to his stat sheet, but ultimately it's not going to lead to points.
Oh, God, I thought he was going to break out of that.
He was close. With 1 second left, Corner Canyon almost broke that for a touchdown. That is how the first half ends. Corner Canyon with a 42-16 lead over the Lehi Pioneers.
Yeah, crazy exciting first half. As you said, so many points, so many different ways. They really made it happen. And can't say enough about how Corner Canyon has came into this football game prepared, ready to go, ready to strike. They started with the football. They knew exactly what they were doing and why. Just made it happen. This is all you can ask for. Great job by that team. Got ready to go and made it happen. And Lehi scratching, clawing, trying to get back into this thing.
Yeah, it was quite a show that Corner Canyon put on here in the first half. 42-16. We'll have first half stats coming up for you here short. Let's go down to Mary Lou's Cook.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, Coach, this team came out with a lot of intensity. What is going to be key to keeping that going in the second half?
Just continuing to play at a high level like we have, or like we try to practice. Just that's our mantra all the time, is just playing up to our standard, playing Corner Canyon football. So that's going to be what we expect to do.
All right. Thanks, Coach.
Hey, yeah, thanks. Have a good one.
Thank you. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Mary Lou's. All right. 42-16, Corner Canyon leads Lehi in this 6A state semifinal. Let's go down to KSL Sports Rewind with the halftime show. This broadcast will continue as we begin the second half in 15 minutes.
Welcome back into Rice-Eccles Stadium. Dusty Litster, Jeff Hansen, the ever-dapper Moose Bingham, dressed up like Nick Miller today. So, and Dusty Litster with you. So glad to have you along with us. We traded up Riley for Moose.
This is a casual show, Moose. We forgot to tell you, but well, I heard Jeff was going to be wearing a suit and tie, so I was like, I gotta match that.
Yeah, I did inform Dusty that the minute he makes me wear a tie is the day I quit.
And then Moose came running over immediately.
And here comes Moose in a tie, and I thought that day had come. I thought it was my last day.
I was like, no, Jeff, it's okay. We love you.
First Riley comes, and now this in a tie. You guys are replacing me. I understand. I'm out.
Well, I'll tell you what. Lehi would like to replace that first quarter. This is Corner Canyon, Jeff. Last year in the semifinals, they stubbed their toe. They got out the game, got into the championship game. There was no stubbing of toes in this one. By the way, this is being delivered by Vessel.
Yeah, Corner Canyon is a Death Star. I mean, that offense, they don't stub toes. They don't miss a beat. We talked about it in the pregame with Riley that, I think this Lehi offense has some juice and they can keep pace. And we've seen really good things from the Lehi offense, especially late. 16 points and a half. Generally, you're feeling pretty okay about that. Holy cow, Corner Canyon, Isaac Wilson, it starts with him, but it's everybody. He's getting everybody involved. Brighton Brady's had a phenomenal first half. I mean, what is there to say, Moose? I don't know what else you can say.
No, I love that you brought up Brighton Brady because one thing that's been kind of missing from Corner Canyon in years past is a running game.
Yeah.
And Brighton Brady and Isaac
A non-quarterback running game, right?
A non-quarterback running game, of course. But Brighton Brady coming in is a revelation on the screen game, in the running game, in everything. And this is just a team that doesn't want to disappoint again. They're sick of not winning championships, and they want it bad, and they have not taken their foot off the gas since game one.
It's been about as dominating as a performance as we've seen in this stadium since maybe Riley Nelson.
Right.
Like that first half, could you have done anything better in your corner? I'm sure Coach Kerr will find something. There might have been, one penalty or something, or an incompletion. But just dominant, and it's one of those games where for Lehigh, like not much is going right. I mean, it's a bobbled snap. I actually thought they were going to pick this.
I did too.
That was the most exciting 3-yard gain I've ever seen.
But it's one of those where it's a tough start for Lehigh. They tried to overcome it, but Corner Canyon is playing best football of the year.
How about Isaac Wilson and mobility? I mean, Isaac had the knee injury earlier this year. He's been able to play through after having a minor surgery, and he's been outstanding with his legs today.
Isaac deserves to be talked about playing through that knee injury, but Zion Finau playing through a knee injury. You saw him on the screen there. The big dude is playing through some serious knee pain. They tried to give him a touchdown carry. They tried to give him the ball at the goal line. It didn't quite work out. Isaac Wilson's been great. We talked about it with Riley. Get him hit early, right? Get him into the game early, and they did. Eric Kerr called a few run plays for him, and he got involved very early on, and I think that settled him down. Any idea that maybe there were some demons from last year that could creep up? They were answered very, very quickly.
No, what I love about this Corner Canyon team is, one, the resiliency. They've had a lot of players go down, and they're like, it doesn't matter, next man up. But the evolution of Isaac Wilson has been a revelation for this team. He's not the same kid from last year as a leadership standpoint, as a strength standpoint, and as a maturity standpoint. I think Isaac Wilson is the real deal, and he is so far ahead of any quarterback in the state right now that it's, quite frankly, just mind-boggling. I don't know anyone that can top this kid, because he's doing it and making it look so effortlessly that it's just incredible to watch.
Okay, hold on. We just got stats. Okay. Dusty cannot answer the question. How many yards does Corner Canyon have?
They've got to be
420?
415.
508.
In the
Here's
half.
The deal, man.
On 29 plays, guys.
You know what's
on
terrible
29
about
plays.
They just keep going, man. I'm telling you, unless you unplug it, and this team is plugged in right now. Isaac Wilson, 10 of 13, 291, 3 touchdowns, as well as 7 carries for 101 yards. Isaac has 392 yards at halftime. And by the way, they've got another 116 on the ground outside of Isaac.
What do you say if you're Coach Kerr? You going in there? 3 incompletions?
That's
Are you kidding me? What are we doing?
You think we'll beat Skyridge with 3 incompletions? Come on.
Yeah, it's unreal. It's almost, just from a pure high school football, these are kids, these are out here trying. It's kind of a bummer that Corner's playing as well as they are, because it's overshadowing how, Jet New's had a great half, 13 to 21, 162 yards and 2 touchdowns. We're not even thinking about Jet New because Isaac's been unreal in this first half.
Jet New's only completing 67% of his passes.
Right.
We got to do better.
Yeah, you watch these.
Come on.
You watch these 2 quarterbacks play, and it's there's a clear gap. But Jet's playing phenomenal football right now.
And here's the thing I love about what we've seen. Both of these, think about how many guys have slipped out of tackles, were yards after contact. Both these 2 teams are fighting so hard, and yet it's a 30-point game at half. Yeah.
Well,
it's just crazy.
How about this? Brighton Brady and Isaac Wilson both averaging 14.4 yards per carry. Both of them. Brighton Brady's 2 receptions, 98 yards on the day.
This is crazy. Hold on. 508 yards.
Yeah.
Corners ran 29 plays.
He didn't.
29 plays for 508 yards.
What is the average per play?
That's like 20 yards a play.
Yeah.
Jeff, you do math. What is it?
It's about 20 yards a play.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
And people were worried about. Here's the funny thing, okay? We had people did not have them number 1 in our polls all year long after week 2.
Hey, look, man, they lost to Bishop Gorman, Dusty.
All year long.
They lost to Bishop Gorman.
all year long. Oh, you're going to get Morning Dusty's coming back. I got to push him back down.
I could go back. I think people had him third, fourth.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they didn't watch Rewind because they would have saw. It's ridiculous. Okay.
Well, I mean, this is really kind of the status of the game. That it's like, let's talk about RPI. The RPI didn't have him as the number one seed coming in, and that's correct.
That formula is a little different than people thinking who is better, right? Because the RPI is simply rating records and what would your schedule do, right?
Yep.
Where our rankings, who do you think is the best team in the state? Well, not Corner Canyon. Why would I do that?
I mean, they lost to Gorman.
Again, for the second year in a row, they lost to Gorman. And this time on their home field.
Yeah, I remember some of the blowback. I don't want to say blowback, but there was reaction, even amongst parents, fans, like just general community of, they're just not very good. Lost to Gorman 2 years in a row.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, it really
Come on, guys. I mean, this is awesome. I mean, the awesome performance from Corner Canyon. I'm not saying anything because we love Lehi, and that's the other part. But for Lehi in this situation, I mean, there's not a lot where you say, hey, what can they do different in the second half? I've been in this situation. I was a sophomore down 42-0 in a playoff game.
We get it.
Yeah, thank you. And our coach walked in. He goes, hey, look, this is in 1999, so got to make sure the reference is right. Hey, not even the St. Louis Rams are coming back in this game, guys. So play for each other. Live this. You have 24 minutes left of playing together. Love every minute of it. Leave everything there. Go as hard as you can go. Make every play count. We'll get as many guys in as we can. But we're going to enjoy this together. Go play your best second half you possibly can. And that's really the message now. If you're Ed Larson, say, hey, we can climb back in, make something happen, but it's like you just got to go enjoy the next 24 minutes for the fact that this team will never be together again. You seniors, a lot of you are never going to play football again. Go enjoy the next 24 minutes because you're not going to get them back. It will not come back to you. One day you might be 40 years old talking about high school sports still, but that's an awesome life. That's what's left for you.
Here's the other thing I love about that, right, is that, I mean, what did Riley say? Next year.
Right.
So, look, go take this second half and go fight through it, right? And go build that resiliency and that experience. I was talking with the coach today about what it means to play Rice-Eccles. He said, look, if you're experienced, it's not too big of a moment. So go build that experience for this young Lehi group and get ready for next year.
Yeah.
See if you can make it interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been fun watching some of the younger players come up, and this may not be their year. That's okay. But it's been fun to watch the Brasau kid. There's so many kids out there where you're like, I love it. I mean,
Grayson was a highlight.
Grayson absolutely balled.
4 catches, 78 yards
for
Grayson.
And then Gavin Finn coming up here, hitting a 52-yard field goal going into the half. I'm like, that kid's an absolute dude. Why don't we talk about him at the next level even more? He's going to open some eyes because doing that in this college stadium, that's huge, and he's going to be able to play
in college uprights, folks. Not 24.8 yards. 18.8 yards. Is that the right number?
18.6.
6. I knew it was a point. Decimal points.
We went a game and a half without really talking about kicking.
It was awesome.
You see a 52-yard field goal, you got to say something.
I mean, you don't got to.
Yeah, of course
we all
you
saw
do.
the field goal. It showed up on the highlight.
I think we have a reel of a kick from 2009. I think it was they were going to attempt like a 55-yard field goal. Oh, you don't have it. Never mind. We didn't get to do it for 2 games, for 4 videos. I had to do it.
But no, the second half, Dusty, I think you're dead on. The second half for Lehi, it's all about gaining that experience. This is a young team. They're surprising people by being here at all. Go get some experience and come back next year. Because this team, the core of this team comes back. Now, they'll lose Grayson Brousseau, but the core of this team is going to come back. They can build on this, and they can really have some momentum going in to 2024. And they're playing well. I mean, that's the other thing. That Lehi is playing well. That offense is moving the ball. The defense, they're playing hard. They just ran into a Death Star. I mean, it's just nobody has stopped them this year.
Think about this. It's the first 2 drives. Corner Canyon got the opening kickoff, went down and scored. They stall out on their first 2 drives, and all you blinked and it was 21-0.
Yeah.
And you're stunned, and also it's like, whoa, what do we get back?
And quite frankly, even Bishop Gorman didn't slow down this Corner Canyon offense.
Right.
The Corner Canyon defense couldn't slow down Gorman, but everybody that Corner's offense has gone up against, they have run right through.
Yeah.
And here we are. I mean, they're doing it again to Lehi today.
Well, in fairness, they only scored 35 on Lone Peak.
That's a good point. That was only 35.
So, you know.
Well, remember, I know some Lehi fans are on their phone, tablet, wherever they're watching this. We came back on them last year. Okay, so let's say this as we get ready to send this back up to JJ and Sly. Corner Canyon looking to close out this second half to punch their ticket to get a rematch against Sky Ridge, which we could be talking about when we come back for the post-game show, or Lehi makes a miraculous comeback, down 26 points. They have to fight. First of all, they get the ball back to start the half. They got to fight off the 35-point deficit, because once that hits in the second half, we have a continuously running clock to get down 21. So we'll be back for a post-game show. One of these two teams will be punching their ticket to the 6A championship game to take on the reigning champion, the Sky Ridge Falcons. For Vince Francis, Dane Stewart, the ever-dapper Moose Bingham, Jeff Hansen, Kenzie Valentine, who went and got our helmet. I'm Dusty Lister. Thanks for joining us and for watching the halftime show with KSL Sports Rewind. Send it back up to JJ and Sly.
Almost time to get back to the action here. We're 2.5 minutes away from kickoff to start this second half. What a dominant performance by the Corner Canyon Chargers, 42-16. Sly, I've got quickie stats here for you. Some interesting numbers. Total offense. Lehi has 205 yards of total offense.
It's not bad.
That's really good, right? Any guess on where Corner Canyon is in the first half?
458.
You're off by 50. They had 508 yards of total offense
in the first
half on 29 plays. They ran 6 less plays than Lehi. This is funny. First downs. Corner Canyon only has 4 more first downs than Lehi. The problem is Corner Canyon's scores were explosive plays. I'm going through the list. And you had the first couple of touchdowns set up by big plays, but Brighton Brady has a 43-yard run. He has a 25-yard pass from Isaac Wilson. Let's go down to the sideline. Mariluz is standing by with Coach Ed Larson.
We've talked about it before. You are certainly a coach who knows how to get a team situation like this, playing from behind. You did it last week. What was your message to this team at halftime?
Well, we were uncharacteristically poor in our execution, gap control, our blitz control, coverage, and then offensively we made too many mistakes in the run game and the pass game. So I said, listen, guys, you're gonna live or die and look at this the second half for the next 8 months of your life. Let's just do what we're supposed to do. Let's do it our way. And let's let the chips fall. And if they're better than us, they're better than us. And you shake their hand and you just go, okay, we got to get better.
Thank you, Coach.
Okay, thank you.
Back to you guys.
Thanks, Mariluz. Great stuff from Ed Larson. That's
Yeah.
a great message, you guys. Look, the last thing you're going to remember is how you finish
Yes.
the season.
Yes.
So if this doesn't go your way in the second half and you don't have a miraculous comeback, at least you want to be proud of the effort you put out there in your last 24. Continuing on these stats, I mean, Brighton Brady, 115 yards on the ground, 3 touchdowns. He had 98 yards through the air and 2 touchdowns for 5 total. Jerome Miles, 116 yards and a touchdown. Isaac Wilson threw for 291 yards in the first half on 10 completions. He was 10 of 13. Almost 30 yards per completion. That's just insane. That's like Madden numbers.
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes. Isaac Wilson with 3 touchdown passes.
What was his rushing stats?
His rushing. I'm glad you asked. I have that available. Isaac Wilson is already over 100 yards rushing.
Jeez.
Including a 40-yard run.
Two more yards for Brighton Brady, and he's over 100 yards receiving. Already 100 yards rushing.
It's just insane. And you give credit. You give credit to Corner Canyon. You appreciate greatness, and that's what they did that first half. They played like champions in that first half. Let's see how they, as Coach Kerr mentioned, going into the halftime, he wants his team to play that for 4 quarters. Even in a circumstance where you have 42-16, he wants them to finish with that same effort. And on the flip side, you hear from Ed Larson. His team did not play well in the first half. They did not execute the way they wanted to, especially defensively. Okay, well, you got 24 minutes here to correct that and have a different feeling as you go into the offseason.
Jerome Miles, he's over 100 yards too. He got that big 80-yard pass.
80 on one play.
And then on the next series, right before the half, 1 second left, they give it to him, and he goes for 20-plus. So I'm sure he's over 100 yards receiving as well.
Yes.
Just big plays all over the place from this Corner Canyon football team.
Just crazy numbers.
Yeah, crazy numbers. I don't even think you could do this stuff on Madden. 500 yards in the first half.
Imagine if the game was close and you had to duplicate that in the second half to win. Can you imagine 1,000 yards?
Say what?
In a high school game for one team? New is going to get sacked.
That's intentional grounding. Oh, they're calling him sacked.
He's down.
That's
at the 3.
This is not good. Look at this. Not good.
There's nobody open.
They're calling him sacked. That's a big sack, too. Oh, my goodness. 2nd and 28.
Yeah, he lost 18 yards.
What do you do on this?
Not a lot of options. They're going to hand it off. Kolose Latu to the 10. Just try to create more room for your punter.
Oh, yeah.
It'll be 3rd and 21 from the 10. Well, that first half did not go well for Lehi, but for the sake of pride, they do not have a running clock in the second half. They're only down 26 points. So normal time. New outside. Mays Madsen with the catch. Madsen, nice effort, dancing around. Defenders up to the 20. Near the original line of scrimmage. Not enough for a first down, and the Pioneers will have to punt.
It's a quick 3 and out. Quick 3 and out with running clock on all plays. Not effective at all. There's no juice, and when you take an 18-yard sack on first down, that definitely doesn't help you out to start the drive.
Fenn will punt. Watcott takes it at the 43. Drew Watcott weaving his way through the Lehi special teams unit, and he's going to get the ball past midfield, and this Corner Canyon drive will start at the Lehi 48-yard line. So decent return by Watcott. Wilson in the pocket. Checks down. Jerome Miles. So nothing there deep, and he takes Miles underneath for a short gain. If you're a Utah fan and you checked in to watch Isaac Wilson today, you got what you, I think you got confirmation of what you were looking for. He is special. And Utah's going to be fortunate to have him in their quarterback room starting next season.
I mean, look at it. Run off that quarterback room for Utah next year.
If Cam Rising comes back,
right,
you'll have Cam Rising. You'd have Bryson Barnes. Let's see what Nate Johnson wants to do. He'll stay. Maybe he wants to look around.
Brandon Rose.
You got Brandon Rose back, and then you got Isaac Wilson.
Mike Howard.
Yeah. Catch is made. Take care. Steps out of bounds. He's got a first down. That's a lot of guys that have talent.
That's a lot of guys for one position.
Yeah, well, they'll have to sort it all out. We don't know what Cam's going to want to do moving forward, but I'm just going to be curious to see once Isaac Wilson gets up there. Drew Watcott with the catch. He's tripped up short of the mark, short of the line of scrimmage. I'm going to be curious to see how Isaac Wilson competes in that room. Really going to be interesting.
He's D1 ready. I'm going to throw that out there. I think he's D1 ready right now. Of course, you're going to go against one of the most talented defenses in the country every single day at practice. So you'll see how that works out with, you know, such a talented QB room. You can rest this guy a year and have him develop and redshirt and learn a year so he's comfortable.
Over the middle. Incomplete. Miles, the intended receiver. What I keep thinking, though, Sly, is do they want to wait for him if he's this skilled? You know what I mean? Like, you need a quarterback that can do these things.
Why not?
To be blunt, when Cam went down this year, they were missing a quarterback that can do these things.
I mean, you're not going
to... The question is, is Isaac Wilson ready to do these things at that level?
Yes, and one, Andy Ludwig's system is extremely complicated, but Coach Kerr runs a system that I would assume is not far off.
Miles with a nice catch at the 18. That's going to move the chains. Nice throw by Wilson over the middle.
Right, I would assume Coach Kerr's offense is not far off from what Andy Ludwig does in understanding. And
Coach Kerr is a student of Mike Leach and the Mike Leach system.
Yes, and so I don't think that's going to be that terrible. So I understand where you're coming from with that. But going into a new conference, there's just so many unknowns with all of that. And you make excuses for yourself because you have a young quarterback. It's just unnecessary for you to do.
Wilson completes the pass, almost into the end zone.
How? That right there, I was like, everybody's covered. Everybody's dead in the water. Like, there's nothing open. There's nothing there. And look at this. Great job. Escaping the pocket. Look at his vision. Nice.
Cash Dillon made the catch.
72 offense. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Remains first down.
So this play doesn't count, but it shows you the skill of Wilson rolling against his body to the left and throwing a dot to Cash Dillon, who will be a teammate of his at the University of Utah. 3 Corner Canyon Chargers committed to Utah. And those 3 Chargers are in the top 5 in Utah in the class of 24.
Hi, Garcia, who just got that holding call.
Wilson up the middle.
It just seems like everything is wide open.
It is. They do a great job of spreading out the field, making defenses spread out to defend what they do offensively, and then finding their spots. You got to have a great quarterback to do this. And Eric Kerr, each and every year, has one.
Every year. Ugh. It's craziness.
Second down and 12 from the 20. Wilson. Nothing there. Now he goes left.
Throw it. Oh.
He's going to run. Oh, he's got a block. He's got a chance. Nope, he's out of bounds. Paul Latu knocks him out at the 5, but that is a first down. So the Chargers will be in scoring position, goal to go at the 5-yard line.
First and 20. I got a QB who can run. 10 yards here, 10 yards there.
And what do you do if you're a defense? You did a great job in coverage, and then he's going to burn you for 15 and get a first down.
You just bang the ground and start throwing your cleat at him. Take your shoe off and start throwing your...
You just can't imagine the frustration as a defense. Just what do you do?
Yeah, man, it's stop, man, stop.
Brady looking for touchdown number 6. He's not going to get it on that carry. They are burning clock here. This has been a long drive.
Yeah. Brady gets 6 freaking touchdowns here. Come on.
6 touchdowns in the game. Can you believe that?
That would be insane. Well, 5 touchdowns is already insane.
Right.
Made all of them look easy, too.
It's not a state record, but it's just on this stage in the semifinals to do it is stunning. Wilson across the middle. Miles, the intended receiver, off his hands on 2nd and goal from the 2. So they'll have a 3rd down and goal.
He had the
arrow.
The arrow route was wide open. I don't know why he didn't hit that.
Are you saying Isaac Wilson is not perfect?
No, well, I mean, he's 10 of 13 at halftime, you know. He missed a couple throws.
Yeah, he did have 3 incompletions. Come on, Isaac. Watch some film.
Normally the arrow route is the #1 route in this formation at this side of the field.
Wilson looking right. Now he's going to run. Now he's going to come back. And that's intercepted. Intercepted in the end zone. They bring it out. And now we got another flag. It's Max Ray with the pick. Now, there's flags all over the field. I have no idea what's going to stand and what won't. Let's wait and see.
Oh, Jared, we're getting some sunlight in here. You might be too short to see it.
Soak it up. Oh, I'm not that. I'm 6 feet tall. I can feel it. I'm getting a few rays there. It's fleeting. The sun is fleeting.
We're at the top of the bowl, ladies and gents.
We got one more game to go. We're sitting in a refrigerator.
Oh, my gosh.
Here in the shade, covered in metal and aluminum. It's ice cold. We're having a good time, though.
This must have what football felt like in the 70s.
Yeah. No such thing as indoor press boxes. This is game number 5 in 2 days, and we've got one left tonight. We're excited to bring that to you. Crimson Cliffs and Ridgeline in the 4A semifinals.
Man, I got to jump on
We
the
have
flight.
2 fouls on the play. Holding, Lehi. Personal foul, Lehi. To the interception. Half the distance to the goal.
That's unfortunate. Yeah, you got holding on the defense and a personal foul on the defense. Let's see. Yeah. Well, here's Brighton Brady coming for his 6th touchdown right now.
Brady with ease scores number 6.
Oh,
touchdown, Corner Canyon.
Gosh.
They've reached 48. Brighton Brady, have yourself a day.
Responsible. 36 points here in this game. That is crazy.
They just keep adding to it. And to be honest, the Lehigh defense had a good series there. They did a really good job and made it hard for the Corner Canyon Chargers. It wasn't a lot of bang-bang plays there. Nothing was easy for the Chargers on that drive. Another look.
Yeah, this is just too easy. Look at this surge. Untouched. Have the Lehigh defenders running into one another. It's just tough. Corner Canyon, this thing, we're calling this game today. There's other teams around the community that understands this. They do this to a lot of teams. This is not anything that like, oh my gosh, this is stunning. Corner Canyon does this. They do this every week.
Yeah.
Year in and year out. Talented football team every time they come in here. Top-ranked recruits, especially at the quarterback position. But yeah, they do this every week. Very, very special football team. So, 42-point lead, or 32-point lead. No, 33-point lead. Sorry, can't do math. Potential Sky Ridge Corner Canyon matchup again.
The rematch, which is, you know, if his score holds, that's what we're looking at, and I think that's what Corner Canyon really wants. They're not going to say that. They're focused one game at a time, and I believe that. But if they could pick one team they could play in that championship game, you know who it is, because you remember the losses more than you remember the wins.
For sure.
And they needed just one more play last year. They didn't get it, and Sky Ridge took the championship home. They had to watch them celebrate. And I think that a lot of these players in this team, especially Isaac Wilson, would like to get some revenge in that title game next Friday. And right now, Corner Canyon is 17 minutes away from making that happen. Sky Ridge defeated American Fork earlier today in the other 6A semifinal, 34-20. So Sky Ridge has already earned their spot in next week's 6A championship game, and now Corner Canyon trying to finish off this game and take their place with them. Devon Eka on a carry. Eka almost broke that. Nice tackle in the open field by Moki Gabrielson.
I'd say Devon Eka, he's very talented. He's a guy you need to get involved early and often, just in many different ways, from running the football, the passing. Even if he's a decoy, I feel like that's being involved in the offense. I just don't think that they did that today.
Jet New looking deep over the middle. Catch is made right at the 48-yard line. His big tight end, Grayson Brousseau, has a touchdown in this game. And Brousseau's last game as a Lehigh Pioneer, if that's what this turns out to be, will be one he will remember personally.
Yes.
He won't like to remember the result, but he has had a big game.
I mean, he's got 2 state championships at 5A. So
Are you telling Grayson he should not be greedy?
No, be greedy. Heck, you're an athlete, be greedy. But you can't say it was all for nothing, right?
No, what a career he's had here at Lehigh. The Brousseau brothers.
Got to play with his brother.
Wins titles with his brother. Heck of a run.
Be greedy. I never say don't be greedy. I'm greedy. You can't ever tell me not to win. But if you were outside perspective to look back on what happened, you know, I've had a great tenure with Ed Larson, winning records every single year. Been in the state finals pretty much my entire high school career.
Grayson Brousseau never lost a high school game, I don't believe, until he was a senior.
Right.
It's crazy.
Right. Until that American Fort game, huh?
That ended the streak earlier this year, yes. Another look at this play. Moki Gabrielson with the tackle. That was Justice Cooper with the catch. .245 left in the third quarter. Jet New pressured. Roman Kaywood in his face. The Boise State commit.
It's a first down.
Mays Madsen has the first down. Steps out of bounds, stops the clock at 2:38 in the third quarter.
You got to respect the fight, man. These guys are staying aggressive, still producing, keeping it going. This lead and what this Corner Canyon offense is doing to you is so demoralizing. It's hard to celebrate, but that's false start. Come on, Justice Cooper.
The snap, false start, number 12 offense. 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
So first and 15 now. We'll back him up to the 46. Now, Lehi will lose some key players in the offseason. Jensen Somerville, the seniors, headed to UCLA, their big left tackle. He's done an excellent job today. Interception.
Rylan Quintana.
Jet New with a bad pass. Was short. Rylan Quintana has a pick. And the Chargers get a turnover. Just left this short. And behind the receiver, yeah.
Just great job. Great feel for it. Came back to it. Had that. Where the linebacker was as a quarterback, he shouldn't even look there. He had the beat on it. Had the ability to go both ways, whether it was back more or come back to get it as he did right there. He's just trying to force that in there. But
so the Chargers take over on the Lehi 33-yard line.
Open.
Sorry, their own 33-yard line. Wilson just completed a pass to himself.
Why not? I mean, we've seen it all elsewhere, right? Throw to yourself, young man.
Yeah. So it wasn't enough to have the rushing and passing stats he had today. He had to get a catch.
Well, I mean, he had
Isaac Wilson throws to Isaac Wilson.
Right. He had an older brother, so it wasn't one of those only childs that had to play catch with himself in the backyard.
Throwing the ball against the wall and catching it?
Yeah. Or throwing it up in the air. Going and get it.
That was a gain of 2, by the way. Take care with the catch. The Chargers haven't had to throw the football like they can today. So a player like Take Care, who's typically over 100 yards and has 8-10 catches and a couple of touchdowns, they haven't had to do that today. The run game has been able to work. Brighton Brady's been the one getting into the end zone. Wow. So it's been, from that aspect, a little unconventional for the Chargers, but see Care there. Wilson with forever. Care deep. Down to the 31-yard line. It's a gain of 26. Just making it look easy. Wilson just throwing lasers all over the place.
All over the place. Just making it look easy. It's just another day at the office for him.
There's a show him. Brighton Brady's got another chance. Are you kidding me? Touchdown number 7? Yes, sir.
7 for 7?
Brighton Brady.
7 for 7 for 7.
7 touchdowns. A 31-yard touchdown on a screen. There is a flag, so this may not be touchdown number 7. Let's wait and see what the call
where
is.
it's at doesn't look like it'd be holding. Or it might be a cut block.
That last block there, they, let's see. I don't know.
Yeah, Corner Canyon saying they scored, so I think whoever was the defender went at the blocker's legs, and that
If you saw the size of the offensive lineman coming at you, you really didn't have much of a choice.
I'm telling you, I need to take these guys with me on my way home to fight traffic so I can get to the airport on time so I can get to Seattle. You know?
During the play, block below the waist, Lehi. That 15-yard penalty will be assessed on the kickoff. Touchdown.
If you could block below the waist on defense. We'll have a running clock now. 40-point lead.
The extra point is good. It is 56-16. Here's another look as you can identify how that play developed. You saw right there.
Yeah.
He did go low on Fino, I believe it was.
It's Brighton Brady, though. It's great utilization of blockers.
Yeah. Zion Finau is number 73 was the blocker. That's where the penalty happened. But look at this wall. It's just not fair. You got offensive linemen that can get out and run like that. That's pretty impressive.
Brighton Brady, only a junior. I hope he's getting some college offers because his speed is just, it's uncanny. That's what you look for, is speed like that. Just hands great. He just feels it, understands the game. That would be a tremendous asset in the spread offense.
So
as he's here, yeah.
Yeah. It's now a 40-point lead. 105 remaining in the third quarter. As soon as we have kickoff here, the running clock will begin. Seven touchdowns in the game.
Band is rocking. Look at where this kickoff has to be. This is nuts. 15-yard penalty. They'll kick off from the Lehi 45. This is where you want to do an onside kick. No, you got a 40-point lead. Excuse me. I'd work on my sky kicks here, though.
So Brighton Brady has now set a UHSAA record for touchdowns responsible for in a playoff game. Not in a game, period. He's now tied for third all-time in touchdowns responsible for in a game. The record is 10 by Gene Livingston back in 1919. East defeated Davis 118-0.
What? 118?
The modern record is 8 touchdowns by Brock Wilson, who played for Stansbury against Timpanogos. That came 2 years ago. That's actually last season. Brock Wilson of Stansbury had 8 touchdowns in a game against Timpanogos. A 71-43 win for Stansbury. But the record, the third place after that, is a tie for 7th among a lot of old school players. So if Brighton Brady was to get one more, he would tie Brock Wilson for 2nd in a game. To break the record, he needs 4 more.
I would say there's time, but you got a running clock now.
But let's be honest, to break the playoff record and to do it in 2023 on this stage is something.
Against a talented team. Lehi's a talented team, and you're doing all of this. Everything just today just seems really easy. Well, congratulations to Brighton Brady, etching his name into Utah football history. This is it's not easy to do, but he's a very, very talented, just a junior, so he's going to have another year at this.
Isaiah Mama shaking up a little bit for Lehi. 2nd and 1 from the 29 for Lehi. That clock is melting here in the 3rd quarter. This could be the last play of the quarter.
Dead ball, delay game, number 8, Lehi. 5-yard penalty, remains 2nd down.
There's an injury, I don't know how. I guess. Erasing Isaiah Mama's big gain there. Good block.
Jednu taking a shot deep, intercepted. Corner Canyon defense with another pick. Crew Staley with an interception in the semifinals. And that's how the 3rd quarter ends.
It's amazing recognition, putting yourself in position to get that. Just felt like there was so many Corner Canyon defenders everywhere. Look how many Corner Canyon defenders there are. They're just everywhere.
That's the quarter, 56-16. Let's go down to Mary Lou's Cook on the sideline.
I talked to Corner Canyon quarterback Isaac Wilson's dad, Mike, earlier on the sideline, and I asked him what it's like being here at Rice-Eccles and watching his son play where he is committed to here at the University of Utah. And he said that, he's not thinking about that as much as he's just thinking about the fact that for the past 10 years, he's had a son that has been a part of this football program, and Isaac is the last one. So he said that he's feeling a little bit of nostalgia. He's confident that he'll get to see him continue to play next week as well, but definitely feeling nostalgic. And then when I asked him just what he takes the most pride in having Isaac as a son, he said that he's someone that when he makes a mistake, he lets it roll off of his back and he doesn't get too caught up in it. In terms of how he's different from his other brothers, he said that his other brothers are serious and he's more goofy and fun-loving, is what I was told. But definitely you can tell that there is a lot of pride that Mike Wilson has in his son, Isaac. Back to you guys.
That's great. Thanks, Mary Lou's. Nothing goofy about his performance today. My goodness, he's been on point. We saw the best of Isaac Wilson today.
Sure, definitely a performance you could be happy about. Something that you can put in the record books, keep stacking in the trophy rooms. Just an epic, epic, epic game that he's had today. Stacking wins. One more closer to a state championship.
Question is, are we going to continue to see Isaac Wilson? We are. He's walking on the field right now. I imagine you're going to start to see more depth get into the game here.
I mean, I would think Brighton Brady's the one that didn't need some rest, but they're trying to break some records. More records here for Isaac and Brighton. Throw another screen and have them go yard. The way they run their screens is absolutely perfect. To the point to where the defense actually has absolutely no idea. There's no post safety right now. What is going on? Okay. Yeah.
You bring up a good point, Sly. There is no safety up high right now. But we're still waiting to get this thing started. The TV timeout is not complete. And now we go. There's an opportunity over the top here. I think Isaac sees that. He was looking for it. Take Care was deep. He's going to go the other direction. Drew Watt caught the intended receiver. Didn't get it to him.
I mean, that was the only time that I've seen him actually have it, and it's just a terrible throw. No post safety in there. He actually had time to set his feet and deliver. He could have put that ball in the end zone and it was a touchdown. Walcott had to step on his defender. Very easy. Yeah, that is very, very strange.
2nd and 10 from the 46. Wilson going to take another shot over the middle. Take care has it to the 35.
First down for corner Canyon.
First and 10 from the 35. Wilson with trips to his right. He's looking there. Takes a shot. Ooh, he had a receiver on the right. Couldn't connect. That was Braden there. So it'll be 2nd down and 10 from the 35. Go to the ground here. Wilson's going to keep, and they trip him up. Nice tackle.
A rare loss.
It's number 27, Kolose Latu, that tripped him up. Nice play by Latu. He's going to force a 3rd and 12. Isaac's a ginger. He caught him on the foot there, and that's always tricky. You hope he's not injured.
Well, should he be in the game right now?
Right. Wilson in the pocket, looking deep. He's going to go short. Brady with the catch. Can Brady get to the sticks? Yes, he can. First down for Corner Canyon. Down to the 21-yard line.
These guys, oh my gosh. Everything is so impressive. Nice throw here by Isaac. Take the check down, but even better effort by Bright Brady. As I said, man, this guy is talented. I don't know what his college recruiting is looking like, but he is a tremendous asset.
Brady up the middle. They wrap him up this time. Not much. He gets about 3 yards. Paul Latu on the tackle. He's 2nd and 7 from the 18. They're letting that clock roll down.
Part of the snap. False start, 58. Offense. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
He just needed a little more room anyway, you know? So just push him back. I needed to see the end zone better. So let's see him throw a post for a touchdown here. Cash Dillon right in the slot.
2nd and 12. Wilson's going to throw it. Catch is made at the 3. Take care.
Told you he needed a little more room.
That'll move the chains. And the Chargers looking for touchdown number 9. We'll give it a go. Zion Fino up the middle. Into the end zone for a touchdown.
Give it to the big boy. Let him eat. What's this touchdown celebration? I know they have something practiced.
It doesn't look like it. He got up and didn't know what to do with his hands.
Come on, Ricky Bobby. What do I do with my hands?
Zion the refrigerator Finau. with the touchdown, and it's 62-16. And only people my age and older have any idea what that reference is for. Are you old enough to remember the fridge?
Of course. Refrigerator Perry.
Super Bowl 1985.
Oh, yeah. 85 Bears.
Oh, yeah.
Legendary defense ever.
The extra point is good. It's 63-16.
Well, there's been some great NFL defenses, though, right? Like the 2008 Steelers, the 2000 Ravens, the 97 Broncos. Was it 97 Broncos that were good?
Oh, yeah. That's a great defense. Oh, yeah.
So 95 Cowboys, 85 Bears. Yeah, man, there's
Patriots had some good defenses during their
Patriots
dynasty.
did, yeah. Young Tom Brady, great defenses in 03 and 04. Ty Law, right?
Ravens in 2000.
Yep.
No defense in this game.
No.
63-16. Well, to be fair, the Chargers defense has been pretty good. So I take that back. The Chargers defense has been great, holding Lehi to 16 points. Got a couple of interceptions here. They've done a great job. But a lot of that, you know, they obviously forced Lehi to become one-dimensional. They had to throw most of this game and took them out of their game plan. Look, this is a tough moment right now for Lehi, but my goodness, this is a great program. And they're going to be back with a vengeance next year, because they're going to bring back a lot of talented juniors and sophomores that are going to be better. Bigger, faster, stronger. Jet New is going to be a problem next year for defenses. He's just going to get better. Devon Eke is going to get stronger. They're going to have guys that are young that are going to be plugged into that offensive line. Paul Latu's back on the defensive side of the ball.
Maze Madsen.
Yeah, Maze Madsen's interesting. The baseball player tries football and it works out. Now you're like, okay, well, Maze, you can be pretty good next year.
Isaiah Mama's only a junior.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Who else is on this team? Is Young coming back? Fabricio's gone. Isaiah Allen, this is his last year. Definitely will have some talent coming back, though, for sure.
So I don't think Brighton Brady's going to get that 8th touchdown. But
no, I see some other guys warming up on the sideline. So if they do put the offense back on the field again, I don't think you'll see Isaac Wilson or Bryson Brady.
At this point, with 7:23 left. But we have our crack research team has determined that Brighton Brady has tied a playoff record again. This is playoffs.
Playoffs?
Touchdowns responsible for. He ties Riley Nelson.
Oh, Riley.
Who had 7 touchdowns for Logan back in 2005. There's a run. Kolose Latu bouncing off defenders past the 40. There's another player that will be back next year for Lehi, is Kolose Latu. Sorry, he's a senior. He's not going to be back. I apologize. Paul's back. Paul Latu's back, not Kolose. 63-16. Ooh, I heard that all the way up here. My goodness.
Love Pat still popping this late in the game.
That's a football play.
Yeah.
Hammer meet nail. Coming up on 6 minutes left. Running clock.
My dad was at Rick's. I was like, it's a lot of.
Jet News still in at a quarterback. Another more heavy dose of Latu, and Latu's all fired up. He's still running hard. He's not giving up here. His last game as a high school football player. He wants to remember this. fighting till the end here at Rice-Eccles Stadium.
Yes, these moments are special for seniors all across the board. I know they want to extend their senior game to at least one more championship, but every second matters in these games for these guys.
Sad thing is it has to end at some point.
Yes.
Even for the team that wins. New going deep. Caught, touchdown! Lehi with the score. 32 yards, Jet New to Justice Cooper. So Cooper's got a semifinal touchdown that he's going to remember. New with another touchdown pass. We got to stop and play with 5:10 left here. Not sure what the discussion is.
We'll see. Where are they huddled at?
Teams head to the field now. A timeout was called by Lehi. They're going to execute a two-point conversion. That's why they called the timeout and want to have a discussion. So they'll give it a shot, try to get to 24. Jet New. To Mays Madsen, cuts it up and gets the two-point conversion. That's a play we saw them run last year in the state championship game. This time it's Jet New to Mays Madsen, and Madsen gets the two-point conversion. So it's 63-24, 5:10 left.
39-point lead here, still running clock. Great job, great ball here. Great throw by Jet New. Great position there by Justice Cooper. Nice fade route. Outside shoulder where the receiver can get it. Slight little shove right there from Cooper.
$63-24. Lehi fighting to the end, but we're 5:10 away. From the finish here in the 6A semifinals. 6A semifinal games not as dramatic as yesterday's 5A semifinals. I think you saw two teams separate themselves pretty clearly. Corner Canyon and Sky Ridge were the best teams in 6A. It's interesting. I mean, I think that there was some doubt that crept in about Sky Ridge when they lost to American Fork and lost to Pleasant Grove.
Yeah.
And you're thinking, okay, Pleasant Grove, American Fork, get those wins. And American Fork came in as the #1 seed. But of course, they suffered that injury to Davis Andrews, which looked to have affected them greatly. But a quarterback change now. And look at this. Ryland Dunn comes in, the senior backup, and has a nice run.
One more tackle and he's gone. How about that? Come fresh off the bench.
Ryland's a good athlete.
Yeah, he is.
He's got some college looks, and that tells a lot about the Corner Canyon program. That
yeah,
even a backup quarterback is going to get some looks at the next level. It's just, look, you're on the same team as Isaac Wilson. You're not going to beat him out. But Ryland Dunn is armed at teams at the next level. He's taking visits to several schools, Utah Tech, Montana State. Getting a chance to play here on the turf. Clock running down, coming up on 3 minutes. Nice tackle made for Lehi, number 40. Nisamani Takitaki. The ball carrier for Corner Canyon there was Crew Wignall. Another senior getting a chance to play here. So much depth for Corner Canyon. There's a lot of teams in the state that would like to have some of these seniors that are on the field right now.
Oh, yeah.
Ryland would have started for a lot of schools.
No question. I mean, that's what you have to deal with going to a team like Corner Canyon.
Dunn on the carry, up the middle. On 3rd and 8, he's not going to have enough. The clock continues to run. So Corner Canyon will punt. Almost blocked. Boston Fabrizio has the edge, gets past the 35 out to the 37-yard line. And we got a flag late, not sure why.
Really late. What was that? Is that late? It's like 3 seconds after the whistle for holding, which was
yeah, we got to stop in the action here.
Right?
63-24. Corner Canyon leads Lehi. We got 1:46 left. We'll have the finish after this.
Salt Lake Running Company is inspiring our community to move with purpose, embrace adventure, and consciously connect to their bodies. Exercise is essential now more than ever. Take control of the chaos and make time for you. From the gym to the trail, SLRC can help you find the focus to define your finish line. Visit any of our locations along the Wasatch Front or shop online at slrc.com.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters.
Back to Rice-Eccles Stadium, 1:46 left in the 6A semifinals. Lehi with one last possession in their season. Down 63-24. Jet New check down to his running back, Kolose Latu, and a nice wrap up. That's Henry Holiday. Clock runs. Coming up on a minute to play. Jet New will finish the game at quarterback. Steps up in the pocket, and he's going to go down. Jaden Pierce with the sack. Sophomore defensive end. Clock continues to run. 3rd and 12 now. This should be the last play of the game.
Yes. Chuck it, Duck Flutie.
Why not?
There it goes. Oh.
And he's going to have to check down. It's incomplete. That stops the clock. No, it doesn't. It's a running clock. I apologize. We are in a running clock. Even though it's an incomplete pass, it does not, and that is the last play of the game. A little anticlimactic, but the Corner Canyon Chargers are going back to the state championship game. So we're getting a rematch in 6A. It's going to be Corner Canyon and Sky Ridge next Friday for the 6A state championship. Corner Canyon Sky Ridge 2. We look forward to that. Congratulations to the Lehi Pioneers on a great season. An outstanding program. They continue to be one of the best in the state. They made the transition to 6A this year from 5A, which is not easy, and they did it well, making it back to the semifinals. But their season comes to an end, and the Corner Canyon Chargers were just too much today. We knew they were good, but they were really good today. 63-24. That was a locked-in, focused team that took care of business. And Isaac Wilson has unfinished business. He has one last thing he wants to accomplish as a high school football player before he goes to the University of Utah, and that's win a state title. He's not been able to do that yet, at least as a varsity quarterback and a starting quarterback. The last title that Corner Canyon won was in 2020 when current Ole Miss quarterback Jackson Dart led the Chargers to a state title. But that year they did not play here at Rice-Eccles Stadium. That was during COVID. They played the state championships out at Cedar Valley High School in Eagle Mountain.
Eagle Mountain.
Which is like number 1,562 of things weird about the pandemic.
Yeah.
But let's go down. Mary Luce Cook standing by with Isaac Wilson.
Isaac, my goodness, okay, you're getting a rematch of that game to Scott in the state championship. To be able to punch your card to get there in this fashion, what's the significance?
I mean, we've been on that revenge tour. Skyridge and Lehi beat us last year. We just want to come back strong, show the whole state what Corner Canyon can do.
Now, this is a team that wins by a large margin of victory, so this isn't something that we haven't seen before, but what makes this win special for you?
I mean, like I said, that little revenge tour. I mean, they got us last year. It was fun to come back and really put it to them. Our defense played really good. Our offense killed it out there.
Talk about putting it to him. We got to talk about Brighton Brady. What was your connection with him like tonight?
Oh, wow, that kid's fast. He's fast. He was killing it all over the field, catching, running. I mean, he just found every way to get into the end zone.
Now, you're committed to the University of Utah, so now playing here, officially committed at Rice-Eccles Stadium. What kind of feelings does that bring up for you?
I mean, going to be here soon, right? Just get the feelings down. It should be fun, but we'll see.
All right, thank you so much, Isaac. All right, back to you guys.
Thanks, Mariluz. Isaac Wilson, the revenge tour. Well, they got their revenge part 1 today. They got part 2 next week. They owe Skyridge one from last year, and that's what he's talking about. So the revenge tour continues, and it will continue here at Rice-Eccles Stadium next Friday when they take on Skyridge for the 6A state championship game. What a clinic they put on today. Brighton Brady, 7 touchdowns, ties Riley Nelson's record for touchdowns accounted for in a playoff game. Multiple variety. But for Wilson to throw the ball around like he did, their offensive line was just phenomenal. They're a well-oiled machine, and Skyridge is going to have to play a near-perfect game next week if they want to repeat as champs.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Every game brings its own dynamics, own setups, own emotions, different matchups. I take every game individually. I know Corner Canyon beat Lehi out, but I think just matching up with Skyridge is going to be just something different. It's going to be different than what they've seen today. But as Isaac said, man, they are on a mission right now. They remember last year, right? They remember Lehi early in the season last year beating Corner Canyon. They remember the state championship last year on this field and Skyridge beating them last year, that epic battle. So they got a lot of emotions going into it, and you can expect a great game plan from Coach Kerr. I just can't wait to see what those two teams, so 5A, 6A, are already set and ready to go.
Their defense was pretty good, too. I mean, to hold Lehi to 24 points, and Lehi got that play late. Pretty impressive. They did just about everything right. I have no idea what to say about what they need to work on next week.
Yeah.
It really just isn't much. Brighton Brady is the hero of the day, and what a historic performance for him. Mariluz Cook is standing by with Brighton Brady right now.
All right, well, we're going to start off talking about this touchdowns. Isaac Wilson just looked at you and he said you had that many touchdowns today. So you tied a record that was set in 2005 for the playoffs, 7 touchdowns. What is that feeling when you hear that?
It's unbelievable. I can't explain it, especially as a junior in high school and you still have one more. It's unbelievable. I can't, the feeling inside me is just really good. I love it.
Earlier when I talked to Isaac about you, he said, man, that guy is fast. What was working well for you personally tonight? What felt special about this win?
Just the speed and everybody up front, just getting it done, me blasting through those holes, getting it going, Isaac making good reads and all that is what really was the best.
Now, I know that this season has been a bit of a revenge tour for you. Now heading to the state championship, you're getting a great situation, getting to see Skyridge again. What is the feeling for you?
I feel like we can go out there and kick their butts, honestly. If we keep playing how we do and just getting better every week, I feel like we have a good chance.
All right, thank you so much, Brighton.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
Thanks, Mariluz. Brighton Brady matches the number on his jersey in touchdowns. Unbelievable. What a game for Brighton, and he says they're going to go kick Skyridge's butt next week. Well, he gets the chance to go back that up. The junior with a big day. 7 touchdowns for Brighton Brady. Isaac Wilson was phenomenal. Had over 600 yards of total offense, and the Chargers headed back to the 6A state championship game. That'll do it for this 6A game.